Now, direct your attention to the video board as we look back on 1,500 games played.
So we should have a good one in store for us on a Thursday night, October 23rd, 2025. John, I'm here with you. How's everybody doing today? So at Ball Arena right now, that'll be the site of where they are between the Avalanche and the Hurricanes. They got both the Whalers and Nordiques jerseys in the house for this as well, so it should be fun. Carolina comes into this game 5-1, coming off of a regulation loss 4-1 to Vegas. They were the only team that hadn't lost in regulation other than the team they're playing today in the Colorado Avalanche, who are 5-0-2. Let's get in that lineup because we got some things to talk about. So head coach by Brind'Amour are the Canes. It's Sebastian, Nick Ehlers, Seth, Jarvis, Sean Walker. I'm minusing one of the defensemen because I'm going to get back to that in a minute. Logan Stankoven, Taylor Hall, Jackson Blake with Mike Riley and Jalen Chatfield. Jordan Staal, Volcarrier, Jordan Martinook with Alexander Nikishin and Charles Alexis Legault. And then Jesperi Kotkaniemi, Andrei Svechnikov, and Eric Robinson. Freddie Anderson will be the goaltender of record. And the reason why I hadn't listed all the defensemen because Joel Nystrom is going to have to go into the lineup for Carolina. They are without tonight Keandre Miller, Shayne Gostisbehere, and Jaccob Slavin on the blue line. It's a 5-1 team, but when you got three linchpins, two of which would be on your top line, one would be on your second pairing by default, there's going to be a lot of work to do, and there's going to be a lot of pressure on Freddie Anderson to make sure he gets the job done in the night. What does it sound like for the Colorado Avalanche? Head coached by Jared Bednar, 5-0-2, coming off of an overtime loss to the Utah Mammoth. They won one and lost one in OT against them so far this season. Their schedule has not been all that difficult early. It's Nate Dogg, Nate McKinnon, Trey Lehkonen, Marty Necas, Devin Tays, and Kel McCarr. Brock Nelson, Gabe Landeskog, Val Nichushkin, or Josh Manson and Brent Burns. Jack Drury, Ross Colton, Victor Olofsson, Sakar Badarkov, Parker Kelly, and Gavin Brindley. Ilya Sobolev and Sam Malinsky will be the third pairing defenseman for the Avs. Scott Wedgwood will play his 8th game in a row in net, as Trent Miner will be the backup. Brandon Bussey will be the backup for the Canes, as far as I'm aware, unless there are any other situations that come across. So Brent Burns, as we said in the open, is being honored for game number 1,500 in the NHL. The Chewbacca bearded man, longtime San Jose Shark, and now he's getting a look over there from Marty Necas, who used to play for the Carolina Hurricanes as well, Necas and Burns, now on the other side of this matchup. But it is cool to see the teammates, and alongside for the Canes, I imagine they would get a lot of helping hands as well from the visiting fans. But for Freddie Anderson, 3-1, 246 goals against, 894 save percentage. Brandon Bussey, who's the backup, 2-0-0, 197 goals against, 911 save percentage. Scott Wedgwood, as he mentioned, has played all 7 games so far, 5-0-2, 184, 927. He's been tremendous. The one update that we can give of Colorado, and alongside with their wins over LA, Buffalo, Columbus, and Boston, again, has been a difficult schedule for them. But they're going to play New Jersey back-to-back after another Boston game and then Vegas. Mackenzie Blackwood and Sam Girard are likely out until the end of the month, but they should be traveling with the team very soon as we get closer to the end of October and Halloween. When we come back, we'll call this game through its entirety. I'm expecting a solo call, but this will be a fun one. You got to get some practice, and then probably early next week, I would say Tuesday, Wednesday, because I'll have Sharks assignment on Saturday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm probably going to be locked up with stuff. So expect Tuesday, Wednesday next week, and I'll try to see if I can sneak in a Saturday one this week. We'll talk in a second. So Andrew Cogliano is coming out now. He is the assistant to Chris McFarland in Colorado to commemorate Brent Burns as well. So very cool to see this. You got a Wild plaque, a Sharks plaque, a Canes plaque, and an Avs plaque for Brent Burns. All within his 1,500 games with the Avs logo in front. Even though he's wearing a No Deeks jersey, it is all the same family love affair. And there is Gabe Landeskog, the captaincy with Burns, as they take a picture. Pretty neat stuff. Got his lovely family and wife and his kids with him as well.
When we look back on his career, the fresh-faced young man known as Brent Burns, drafted by the Wild in 2000, traded to the Sharks, where he really made an impact in the NHL, then traded to the Canes in 2022. 3 huge seasons for Carolina. This offseason, he changed his address to come out to Denver. It is Heritage Night here at Ball Arena, and the Canes are tipping the cap to their Whaler greats, those who wore the green, blue, and white. Coming up, it'll be Carolina and Colorado.
Danica Patrick here to let you in on something special. We've added even bigger savings on top of low prices at Champion Buick GMC of Bragg. Finish first in a new Sierra 3BL, just $149 a month. Or choose the new Envista, now only $183 a month. You always finish first at Champion Buick GMC of Bragg. ChampionGMCBuick.com.
There's one to work, and then there's building a business with business planning. There's nothing like having the backing to help keep your business moving while working on the fly with the largest global airport membership. There's nothing like closing a deal with an unforgettable dinner and starting your work trip on a high note with the largest curated global hotel program while getting exceptional service worldwide. With access to over $3,500 in business and travel value annually, there's nothing like business planning.
Hi, I'm Steve Iverson with Basements Plus. We'll redefine your basement into a beautiful and comfortable space you can use for any occasion. Call for your free estimate and get started on your dry, usable, brag-worthy basement today.
These are the holidays. They can be the lot. And this is your new Dell PC with Intel inside. It helps you handle a lot. From taking care of business with all-day battery life, to taking care of holiday to-dos with AI tools, to taking care of Aunt G, even if she can be the lot.
Got the new iPhone 17 Pro and Verizon picked up the tab on the Best 5G network.
No way. Get the new iPhone 17 Pro and iPad and Apple One, all for $0.
I mean, where else would I get it, right?
Mom, Dad,
Dang it.
you have a twin brother I'm never told you about.
I'm sorry. Where is it?
No slowing down for number 84 now. Carolina, they're going to need Frederick Anderson to come up big here tonight in Colorado. 3-1-0 on the season with 2.46 goals against average.
So we're going to get into this play-by-play. It's Freddie Anderson and Scott Wedgwood as advertised. Both teams coming off of a loss. Carolina, their first in regulation. Colorado lost in overtime against the Utah Mammoth. We'll see how they respond. The Landeskog lines up there first. Kel McCarr to Devin Tays as they go right to left. I absolutely love those Nordiques jerseys. The Hartford Whaler jerseys aren't bad either. But if I have to pick my selection here, I'm definitely going to go with the home team at Ball Arena. Now, first look for me, admittedly, seeing Brent Burns in a Colorado Avalanche jersey. But when you see who's going to be paired with throughout this game, I think it makes a lot of sense and it will fit in quite well. So I'll pull up these ESPN boxes. This will be rushed by Nichuski and right to Freddie Anderson. If you stop with the right pad and off the spin, here's Landy, the captaincy for Colorado. He gets dragged down, no penalty call, as this one will be dove toward the right side of the boards for Jordan Martinook, and now Jordan Staal will use his offhand. He'll spin and across the glass trying to get around Val. This will be stopped by Walker. Here's a pinball chance, and Wedgwood will watch this go harmlessly in the corner. It's retrieved by Martinook, and another shot goes wide of the right post. We're just underway, not even a minute expired at Ball Arena. It's the 5-1 Hurricanes as Jarvis trying to make a sweet play He was taking on 3 Avs. He fought his way to the net, but he got stonewalled by Wedgwood. But the Hurricanes 5-1-0, and the Avs 5-0-2. It's an early season powerhouse matchup. Again, both times they play each other, they will feature these jerseys, and hopefully we'll get to see some of those history and respondencies as we go down through this broadcast. Nate Dogg is going to take this defensive zone draw. He loses it very clean. This has been an opportunity for Brent Burns, who wants to stick right out of his hand. So he'll just go to the bench. I think he's going to stay on the ice, though, but this will be offside. So no matter, we'll have to do it again, just outside the offensive zone. So for Jarvis, when I look into my notes here, he has 6 goals in 6 games, 3 assists, 9 points plus 3. And I mentioned in there now Keandre Miller was a late scratch, but between Jaccob Slavin, who's not played yet this year, Shayne Gostisbehere and Keandre Miller, this is a pair, if you include Nikishin, about plus 15. They have almost 15 points in that same span. So Carolina drives the bus defensively, and the Colorado Avalanche score with their top line. When you think about McCarr, McKinnon, Natchez, a lot of those guys there. Natchez has done everything that Mikko Rantanen has done with the Dallas Stars, and a long time to have here. Natchez is continuing to drive up his price tag. So the Adams family, history of rivalry, that's what they got it as. 1 division title, 8 playoff appearances for Hartford, relocation in 98, North Carolina, and then Denver on the side for the Quebec Nordiques. As this is a face-off win, center ice, pushing across the right side red line. He's stopped by the stick of Freddie Anderson. Just a little bit too far as the Hartford Whalers jerseys. We'll try to get this one back amongst the inboards. That's not where Carolina is. He's sent in by Solovayev. And now flipped in again. Taylor Hall just able to get it out. And Solovayev now. Yeah, I think he was the one-time Calgary Flames prospect. This was right in between the legs of Jackson Blake. And sent back around the inboards. Victor Olofsson now. We'll watch this one go ahead by Blake as he'll shovel it in. Sam Malinsky throws it in the corner. Here's a pass, try to get this one from right to left. And Gavin Brind'Amour gets taken down. And that might be a tripping call against the Canes. Gavin Brind'Amour trying to get inside-out positioning against the defense. And I think that's going to be Legault going to the box for Carolina. We'll see what they show here. I don't think that was an icing at 17:44. I'll try to get my correction as I go across. Might be the icing that's what was called. Yes, it is. So this will be in Colorado zone. I apologize for that as Marty Natchez. We'll see this one get brushed ahead. Opportunity now for a big hit to be finished off against Legault. Flip back down the ice. Colorado will win the hybrid the other way. And at 17:30, we get another stoppage. 1 shot apiece for both clubs. As Jared Bednar starting to get his look. Already his 10th season with the Avs, a .605 winning percentage, 395 wins, 246 losses, 66 of them in overtime points. This will be an offensive zone draw here. Will be an opportunity for, looks like Olofsson to try to take it. A little undercut there. Gavin Brind'Amour again falls down to a knee. As this one goes back to all hail Kale. Now Landy will dump this one in. Landeskog. Again, it's just awesome to be able to call his name. Cooper and I have been able to do that since the 2002 Cup win for the Avs over the Lightning. And we're in 2025. Again, he had a brief appearance last year. Shoveled out in front a couple times. And Nikishin will flip this one down the ice. Here will be a one-on-one. Eric Robinson, he scores! Unbelievable goal, short side on a one-on-one rush. He beat Devin Tays, and more importantly, he beat Wedgwood. And the Canes have a 1-0 lead.
What a shot from Robertson, releasing it in stride. Fabulous moment for Eric Robinson.
So Eric Robinson, unbelievably, almost in a half clear. Got that one in a one-on-one against Devin Tays. He sniped the short side on Wedgwood, and the Canes have a 1-0 lead as Lekanen will try to get this one ahead. Let's be brushed in. Josh Manson will take a look near the right side boards as it gets held by Sebastian Aho. Try to play this off the embankment, but good pressure here by Sebastian as this is right in across the Ball Arena logo. Intercepted a couple times, a stick chop, and they try to play it right back to the defense. But Sebastian Aho on his puck retrieval, he gets held by Brock Nelson and then hit a couple more times by Walker, who was getting away with several cross checks. Walker gets pickpocketed. Here's Val! He scores! Val Nichushkin with a 6 in the hands, and this game is tied. He just absolutely abused Sean Walker. Brock Nelson, he gets taken down, and there was a chance it was stonewalled by Anderson. We got some offense early here, not even 5 minutes into the game. It's 1-1. Val Nichushkin with a sick backhand upstairs as he absolutely abused Sean Walker, stole the puck from him, got right out in front of the crease and lifted it up top. That was disgusting. 15-15 left to go on the first round under with you on the solo call. And I feel like my voice could already go after a couple of those. And I'm trying to get back into this, a chance of the move and all of that, but it's been a lot of fun. Here's a chance, pinball just wide, played enough the backside of the cage. Abs threatening, get it to the point. Now here's a shot by Nelson, fought off at the side of the cage. And this one was taken away. Malinsky now trying to get a piece of it. And this is finally picked up by the Canes again. They're without 3 defensemen in this one. It's picked up off the forehand. I'll have to check my phone there in a moment. It's a 5-5 game between San Jose and New York. Here's a 2-on-1. Jackson Blake tries to wait out Wedgwood. He gives up the rebound. He can't hold it as this goes to the right side. Svechnikov trying to find it. Here's a dive to the left side. Remember, this game is absolute madness right now. This is picked up by the Abs. Sam Malinsky throws in the corner. One-timer. That one goes high. Marty Natchius from McKagan. It's loose out in front again. And Wedgwood will get a glove on it. With Anderson, excuse me. He'll get a glove on him all over myself as he makes the save. But it's been going back and forth in between Anderson and Wedgwood. And somebody got hit in the face. Get a number on there as the Canes look like they're going to be short-handed. Looks like Gabe Landeskog, number 92, got hooked in the face. And indeed, the Canes will go to the box. So Legault, I thought, was before on one of the ones. He will be called now against Badarkov. That was a rough at 550, and that's what they have. So the high stick is what's not called. I think it was the one against Badarkov. Make sure I get a number on that. So 95 for Olofsson, 92 for Landeskog, 93 for Badarkov. So 90s are wild. So Badarkov was the one that got hooked, not Landeskog. This is a pass toward the right side, and it's saved by Olofsson. Good stop there from Anderson on a 1T from the right dot. He collected the right side of the glass and then backhanded mercifully down the ice. Shots on goal should be dead even now at 5. Once that updates on the FanDuel bar in the Carolinas, that's where I'm watching this one, although I could flip over to the Colorado side. 125 left to go on the power play as Badarkov was one that got hit in the face. Stopped by Nelson. And the left side guy tried to feed it in front, but this was sticked away by Jordan Staal. And Carolina again will get this one down the ice. Not going to be able to say this enough throughout the game, but Carolina down 3 primary defensemen in this game. So there's going to be a lot of work to do against this high-powered Avs offense that we know and love over the last several years. As this will be punched in off the glass, Sebastian does his job, as Wedgwood will hold on to it. Off the no-touch, there's a late arriving Jarvis making life difficult, but Colorado now finally able to break out. There was 3 players held in at the line. Here's a drop pass. Colorado plays this in off the end glass, and this is a short-handed opportunity. Jarvis on the edge of a shift scores! It's a short-handed goal for Jarvis. It was a pass that was just rolling end over end across the blue line. Seth Jarvis was on the edge of a shift, but he had just enough of the speed as they tried to get a pass to Nikishin. That didn't find anybody. Jarvis on a one-on-one goes to the backhand forehand against Wedgwood. Clinical finishes it off. And this game is absolutely crazy. Backhand forehand looked upstairs again. And 2 disgusting goals back-to-back from Jarvis now lately, and then Nikishin open for Colorado. And Colorado's still on their power play, but they just gave up a short-handed goal. I was going to mention in the pregame that both of these teams 30 and 31st on the power play. 31st is the Avs, and they just gave up a short-handed goal to Seth Jarvis. So we've had so much action in this game right off the start. Here's a chance. Brent Burns lets it go, and this one just wide of the left post as the penalty has expired, but Seth Jarvis puts his team up all short-handed. They got a 2-1 edge on the scoreboard, 6-5 edge on the shot board. John Hunter with you on the solo call. This one has been exceptional so far. Lots of offense as Brind'Amour's squad has the lead. Here's a bouncing puck off the glove hand of Devin Tays. I'm trying to play this one ahead, but Colorado has inadvertently iced it against themselves at 11:45.
It's a huge moment, Mike. You know, the bottom line, it's a theme of what you're missing. The regulars on the back end. He's just a leader. Seth Jarvis.
Right now he is tied. Andre Svechnikov and Jeff Sanderson for the most goals through the first 7 games of the season in the organization's history. He has 4 game winners in those 7 goals. And by the way, the first 5 games of the season was an NHL record. This is up down into the blue lines. Gostisbehere looks over that. Kelly can't play it. Drops back for Devon Tays. Tays succeeds with a high stick. Carolina keeping the pressure on. Staal there. Lost Polk. Works this one up for Jack Drury. Drury waiting. Trying to find a seam. We go back for Tays. His shot. Anderson makes the save.
Devin Tays, as this shot was stopped by Freddie Anderson. Now Natchez walks in, he fans on it, and we'll get the puck back. Got Josh Manson with him. Will crisscross. Back to Marty. Collected. Try to go left side, top post. He just missed it. Probably could have rang the bar. Carolina in the midst of a change. As this is an opportunity now for Devin Tays. He's in very deep toward the right side dot. Just on side are the Avs. Will spin and turn, kill McCarr. Use his elite edges. This shot gets blocked toward the right side down, recollected by Marty, and then his pass gets taken away. The forecheck for Carolina has been very good so far. Here's Nature's help, a 1-on-4. Drop pass goes right to Aho, and this will be banked in off the glass. 10:25 left to go in this first. Opportunity now for Olofsson. He tried to leave it for McKinnon. He gets a reverse hit. McKinnon on the steal. McKinnon on the backhand. He takes a shot. This one fall off by Anderson toward the right side of the pad. Now an opportunity for Malinsky lets it go, and Anderson will close the 5-hole down. I imagine we'll finally go to break. End action. And Carolina has a 2-1 lead inside the first 10 minutes of the first. Come back, we'll call more.
Here to let you in on something special. We've added even bigger savings on top of low prices at Champion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Oak Break. Take your pick, new Grand Cherokee or Ram 1500. Now only $199. Yes, $199 a month during the Drive Into Fall event. You always finish first at Champion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Oak Break. Brighton, CJDR.com.
You turn your space into everything you dreamed of. Improve. Don't move.
There's going out to eat, and then there's going all out with life. There's nothing like having it in that I already know about and turning a regular Thursday into the days like this, and this. And with up to $400 in Messi credit, there's nothing like having an excuse to do it all over again. Nothing like platinum nights and realizing the place lives up to the hype. With dining benefits at over 10,000 dozen restaurants, there's nothing like platinum.
Like us, you might be suffering from moderate to severe obstructive sleep apnea, or OSA. But we are the undiagnosed. We've been told we snore at night and gasp forever. Daytime sleepiness is a drag, but we still have people who count on us. And we're more than just human beings. We are human.
It's time for tonight's key player profile, and for the Carolina Hurricanes, we got a couple. As a point streak extended for Seth Jarvis. With that goal tonight, he's now at 7 to start the season. Sebastian on a 6-game point streak. They really have been difference makers, and we talked about it in the open that they need to be difference makers tonight as well.
I mean, just look at the competition for Jarvis. He's got his Four Nations teammates. Nathan McKinnon just had a great game. Cale Makar on the other side.
So we come back in from the break, and I don't think I've ever seen this before. In the first 10 minutes, we have 3 goals, all of them been unassisted. Carolina's got 2 of them of a one-on-one half-ice player. Eric Robinson comes down, snipes the short side against Wedgwood and Devin Tays. Carolina had a 1-0 lead. Just moments later, there was a response by Nichushkin, absolutely abuses Scott Walker, forces him to cough up the puck, and then roofs a backhand upstairs against Freddie Anderson, and then followed with Seth Jarvis, short-handed on the edge of his shift, had enough gasoline to then get a backhand of his own and put it upstairs past Wedgwood, as it's a 2-1 lead for the Canes over the Avs. We're at Ball Arena. My name's John Ott. We're going to cover this one here on a Thursday night. Brock Nelson, and off the drop, try to find a Nichushkin. Nelson now does off the one-timer. That was another good save with the left pad for Freddie Anderson. The Chicago Blackhawks do take out the Tampa Bay Lightning. They win 3-2. That's a regulation loss. If I'm looking at this correctly, as we get a stoppage, I'm pulling this up here. So yeah, the Lightning are 1-4-2. They are 0-3 at home. My stepdad just sent me a message and across for the Islanders and the Red Wings. They probably want to delete that recording. Not going to rewatch that, no doubt. 7-2 Islanders against the Red Wings. Holy cow, what a beatdown that has been. Opportunity now for Carolina to pick this one up. And toward the right side boards, Taylor Hall try to use his offhand against the defense. Jack Drury, former Carolina Hurricane, off that swap. Is good screen out in front there for Jackson Blake for a moment. I believe he's the one that's got the puck. Here's an opportunity. It was redirected. Wedgwood was facing the wrong way, but this will go back down the ice for the Canes. As Nikishin will send this one down. Good long stretch pass. This is taken away by the Ads. Couldn't see where they are now. Olofsson lost the puck. Carolina content to dump it into the left side red line. That's where Cale Makar is. As Brock Nelson takes a hit and try to get the puck out. And Carolina one more time handcuffs it into that same corner. Poplar near the left side boards. One of Colorado's shots just got taken off the score, Chiron, 9-7, but it's about to be 10 here. Backhand was saved there from Olofsson off of Anderson into the right side red line. He was looking for that top right post. This will be knocked away with a glove hand by Olofsson and then appropriately taken away. Eric Robinson opened the scoring, trying to find a pass right up the gut, and this one's picked off. Olofsson on the edge of his shift will go ahead and take his change after clearing it in. Opportunity now for Jalen Chatfield. Still one of the primary defensemen now. For him, Alec Nava knows him to be a good defenseman, and I would say the same, but you would normally see him as a third pairing defenseman. This time he gives it to Devin Tays, right at the other opposite end of the ice. And now Natchez and Chatfield try to battle for the puck. as this one's coughed up. Canes will get it. It's a 3-on-3 developing. Jarvis on the off wing gets it now. Try to dump it across. He picked up now a track pick out in front. And I don't know if Sebastian tipped it, but there was a chance out in front that Wedgwood didn't see, or he really didn't get a piece of it. So for all of Wedgwood's excellent numbers, he's definitely going to want that one back. He's not going to get it. It's a 3-1 lead for Carolina. We'll have to see how it happens. So this was an opportunity with traffic out in front. And I don't know if that got tipped by Aho or not. We're going to have to take another look. Jarvis was doing a loop round, and I think Aho might have gotten a stick on it. I think this is going to be his goal now that I've gotten the third look. That would be his third of the year. This is from Nick Ehlers and Jarvis, according to ESPN.
Love the simplicity for both Ehlers and Aho.
Colorado, Houston. That knocked away, but he stepped in. Driving with a snap, straight on again. Anderson is run into by Brind'Amour. He gets back to his skates. Drop pass for Josh Manson. He pulls his way up front, saving Anderson. Well, that's a great catch, saving him. This shot deflects on a play. Over the glass into the net. 6:48 left in the first period. Carolina up 3-1.
Danica Patrick here to let you in on something special. We've added even bigger savings on top of low prices. At Champion Buick GMC, upgrade. Finish first in a new Sierra 3VI at just $149 a month. Or choose the new Envista, now only $183 a month. You can always finish first at Champion Buick GMC, upgrade. ChampionGMCBuick.com.
4 finishes, 4 control, 4 in a fighting chance. For health, we go for it. We go for our patients, teammates, friends, and family. In the labs, hospitals, clinics, and partnerships all around the state. We go for it. Millions of people deserve a better quality of life. We go for it because we have to. It's who we are. We are Henry.
Finding a new home isn't easy, but what if the perfect home is the one you're already in? At Basements Plus, we do more than just waterproofing and remodeling. We turn your space into everything you dreamed of. Improve. Don't move. Let us make your home work for you. As a family-owned business, we know home is where the heart is. Call us today and let us bring your vision to life.
Tony here in Colorado, honoring former Hurricane defenseman Brind'Amour for his 1,500 NHL games. Despite his departure from Carolina, he remains very close friends with many players on this Canes team. As you can see, this is last night at Brind'Amour's home. They presented him with a gift of his favorite Cabernet, dating back to 2003 to signify his draft year. They wanted me to specify that. The team also presented him with a gift basket ahead of puck drop, black bread and pomelo, and some salad dressing.
Yes, this shot right on. By the way, it is French dressing. He is very, very particular about his salad dressing.
Yeah, I think about the full circle moment. Good chance that Hurricanes alum Sean Hill is watching the game back in Raleigh tonight. And Sean Hill was one of the veterans that showed Brent Burns the way when Burns was a rookie in Minnesota. And Burns has paid it back in spades for young players that he helped, like Jarvis. Look at that short-handed goal.
Check back into the play-by-play. About 6:30 left to go in the first. A chance to be deflected from the point. Wedgwood makes the save, and he's really got to start to lock in here. Otherwise, we might actually see the backup netminder for the Carolina Hurricanes. Going to profile that briefly in the open, as Brandon Bussey is 2-0-0, 197, 911 save percentage. But Scott Wedgwood, I believe he also was a one-time member of the Avs on the backhand side, because you have Blackwood and Wedgwood, and then the Stars, again, the current backup the current backup netminder now once Mackenzie Blackwood comes back. But he's had a lot of work on his plate. Here's another chance. And Staal been able to poke it in. And off the steal from the Avs, they threw right in front of the net. And Logan Stankoven gets a bunch of sticks on it. And it's a 4-1 lead for Carolina. 6:20 left to go in the first, as this was taken away and then lifted in toward the left side post. Kel McCarr was the one that coughed it up, which is why I had to take a look. I was wondering if that was Taze or anything else. No, that's the grade 8. Kel McCarr, this one bleeds through the red line past a Wedgwood trying to do the full splits. And Logan Stankoven is putting this game away with 6:20 in the first.
Over because this group is just ready to go tonight. Trent Miller taking over the ranks. Here's 2 games last year for Colorado. Sheffield puts a shot right away. Miner gets a look good. Control the snake over. Quick pass. And this is everybody in Carolina. We'll go back to pick it up. Quickly for Blake.
So Trent Miner now is the goaltender. Again, I promise you I'm not missing anything here, as Jared Bednar has made the change. Wedgwood, it has been unbelievable, but not in this game. The Islanders crushed the Red Wings 7-2. As this one's played out front, this is a glove save by Anderson. It was near the right post. We still got 5:25 left to go in the first. It's a 4-1 lead for Carolina. I was really excited for this game, but I'm just watching the show now that the Canes are providing. I mean, they got to wear these Whalers jerseys all the time because that's what they're doing to the Avalanche here as you take a break. 4-1, 5:20 left in the opening period.
Patrick here to let you in on something special. We've added even bigger savings on top of low prices. At Champion Buick GMC of Bright. Finish first in a new Sierra 3BL, just $149 a month. Or choose the new Envista, now only $183 a month. Buick always finish first at Champion Buick GMC of Bright. ChampionGMCBuick.com.
4 inches, more than 10, more than a fighting chance. At Henry Ford Health, we go for it. We go for it for our patients, friends, and family. In the labs, hospitals, clinics, and partnerships all around the state. We go for it because people deserve a better quality of life. We go for it because we have to. It's who we are. We are Henry.
Hi, I'm Steve Iverson with Basements Plus. We'll redefine your basement into a beautiful and comfortable space you can use for any occasion. Call for your free estimate and get started on your dry, usable, drag-worthy basement today.
These are the holidays. They can be a lot. And this is your new Dell PC with Intel inside. It helps you handle a lot. From taking care of business and holiday battery life, to taking care of holiday to-dos with AI tools, to taking care of Aunt Jean.
Monday, April 13th, 1997, in Hartford Civic Center of the Hartford Whalers. A day that was filled with so many emotions. A team that will beat up the Carolina Hurricanes. The uniforms that you're seeing right there. The Whalers win that final game, Glenn Wesley.
So the Whalers' final game, they won their final one April 13th, 1997. They just showed a brief picture of that before I could even give you some of the main tribulations from it. But 5 minutes left to go in the first. Sean Under with you on the call. It is all Hartford Whalers, a.k.a. Carolina Hurricanes, against the Quebec Nordiques, which is the Avalanche today. 4-1. And it's just been a cavalcade of mistakes for Colorado. Some good work there from Carolina. And some poor goaltending for Wedgwood, who was unstoppable essentially to start the year. He's played 7 straight games. He was 5-0-2. His goals against was under 2. It's going to be definitely over that now. And he was pulled for Trent Miner, who is a native of Canada, and we'll see what happens with him. Here's an opportunity now. Natchez on a 1-on-4. His pass goes right to Carolina, and maybe they could just play a 1-4 style trap here with a 3-goal lead in the first. Again, they got a bunch of offense, which is not known in the Rod Brind'Amour era in terms of his long coaching tenure, but still, now you would like to think with a 3-goal lead, even in the first against the Avs, they might try to sit back on their heels for a moment, unless Colorado gets to their second goal and gets behind 2, and then maybe kind of reignite the burners. That's just the way that I'm seeing it. It's Cale Makar. Now an opportunity. Natchez has to come all the way back. This is coughed up in the middle of the dots. And now an opportunity for Olofsson. Send this one down. They're saying the Avs might be down a forward. I was already seeing Olofsson out there. Let's make a quick change. As you mentioned, Blackhawks did beat the Tampa Bay Lightning 3-2. Now they're a couple games above 500. And this will be an opportunity now for Jack Drury, former King. Send this one in on Anderson. I'll just put a big paw on it. 3:13 left in the first.
That Mike, you just mentioned the ticket stub of the last game at Hartford at the Mall, and I'd like to extend a massive shout out to 2 true legends. Skip Cunningham, I mentioned earlier, and the great Bob Norman, who is not traveling on the road this year, but still fully involved at home and as legendary in the equipment department as you'll ever find. And I think there's a much better than average chance that Skip and Bob are tuned in tonight.
Colorado wins the ozone draw, but they're immediately pressured by Carolina and that Robinson line. They've essentially done nothing wrong in this first till 3 minutes left of playing it. Sobolev will get the puck in behind the net now. The new goaltender, Trent Miner, was probably going to play the rest of this game out. It's a 1-1 game between Montreal and Edmonton. Maybe I should have covered that one. Opportunity now to be sent back by Robinson, and someone was taken on to spindling the top. This is picked around the other way, not icing. Opportunity now as this will get knocked up a couple of times and sent back down. Picked up now by Nick Ehlers. Again, Nick Ehlers, the former Winnipeg Jet. He was the biggest signing in the offseason by the Carolina Brain Trust. He's already got a point in this game. Flipped back down by Nystrom, who has to take Keandre Miller's spot today. I think he was a call from the Chicago Wolves. Here's a chance. The Chuskin will watch this one go just wide. Picked up now toward the left side, down off the spin and turn for Brock Nelson. He coughs it up. It's 1-on-2. Jarvis delays and with the rest of his boys on side. And Slapshot goes wide of the right post. Jarvis on the recollect, trying to get around Big Brent Burns, the one-time former Carolina Hurricane. He signed with the Avs in the offseason. So Josh Manson going to take his time, a couple of deep breaths as the forwards take their change for Jared Bednar's squad. But it's a good old-fashioned butt to belt right now. The Carolina Hurricanes are delivering the Avalanche. You just don't see that very often. Marty Natchez, and off the top is Alexander Nikishin, uses the off-arm, ships him away. Now toward the left side red line, Nikishin still trying to find a Natchez, not giving up on the play. Carolina coughs it up. Lekanen will get this one here from McKinnon. He can't survey that pass to his defenseman and Devin Taves, and this will be a race the other way. Here's Martinook centering feed, but that one is dangerous and then goes wide. Opportunity now for Cale Makar. They'll spin and stop, flip it across. This is now good. Save Anderson with the paddle of the stick. Is this one flipped back down to Devin Taves? Taves now trying to go right to left. Again, they are in the Nordique blue with that red logo right in the middle. Opportunity now for Colorado to take their time. 35 seconds thereabouts in the first. Is Jalen Chatfield now. We'll try to push from right to left. Opportunity now is Robinson will send this one down deep. Devin Taves with a slap shot around the embankment. trying to get out of their own end. Tay's got to get back on his horse. Now on his forehand, tries to chip it off the glass. He will get it there. Waits for the puck off a one-on-one, which Carolina wins. Subsequently thrown down in the zone to Josh Manson again. 10 seconds left to go in the first. We mentioned in the open that the Hurricanes are down 3 defensemen. Here's Gavin Brind'Amour. That shot wide of the top left post. That ends the first. Colorado's got 17 shots on the board, but they're down 4-1 after one. They come back. We'll call it the second. Stay tuned.
Here to let you in on something special. We've added even bigger savings on top of low prices. At Champion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Brett. Take your pick. New Grand Cherokee or Ram 1500. Now only $199. Yes, $199 a month. During the drive-into fall event, you always finish first at Champion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Brett. Right? DJR.com.
Four financial, four content, four got a fighting chance. At Henry Ford Health, we go for it. We go for it for our patients, friends, and family. In the labs, hospitals, clinics, and partnerships all around the state. We go for it for millions of people who deserve a better quality of life. We go for it because we have to. It's who we are. We are Henry.
At Basements Plus, we do more than just waterproofing and modeling. We turn your space into everything you dreamed of. Improve. Don't move.
Can I help you, sir? Here's the bill from the dealership where I got my car. I'd like to see it. Better deal on one of these fine cars.
Not how it works. Verizon it is.
Anyone can bring their AT&T or T-Mobile bill and they'll give you a better deal.
Isn't Verizon expensive?
No. Better deal, best 5G network.
Take this little red situation here. I don't call it that. Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store today for a better deal. On your way.
Not as cool as Verizon. Like us, you might be suffering from moderate to severe obstructive sleep apnea, or OSA. We are the undiagnosed. We've been told we snore at night and gasp for air. Daytime sleepiness is a drag, but we still have people who count on us. And we're more than just human beings. We are humans. OSA is a chronic condition tied to breathing interruptions and oxygen deprivation during sleep. You're undiagnosed? Talk to your doctor about OSA. Let's keep being humans.
There's flying. And then there's the most beautiful flying. There's nothing like riding early and enjoy it. Nothing like having tea across the pond, a cocktail in Atlanta, and frankly, place to work in Tokyo, all waiting for you. Nothing like best-in-class cuisine and service to match worldwide, with access to the largest international content. There's nothing like flying.
Your team wins.
Hey,
But when your team wins, I don't get your favorite burrito delivered to DoorDash.
yeah, give me 1 second.
You feel like a winner. Maybe that's too much winning energy. DoorDash, your doors.
All happens fast. Look, you nervous about the wedding? No, it's the house.
Right back.
UNC Health, official healthcare provider of the Carolina Hurricanes. By North Carolina Education Lottery. Play Powerball, now featuring double play. And you way to win up to $10 million. And by Spectrum. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
Carolina Hurricanes with a 4-1 lead over the Avs here in Colorado after 20 minutes as we welcome you back inside, now joined by Kate's forward Eric Robinson. Eric, 4 goals on the first 10 shots against this team. What was key in that period?
I think getting the puck to the net sounds simple, but you know, when you're on the road, especially, you want to put as much to the net as you can, and get a few bounces from it. That's just all there.
You get the team on the board, make your third of the season. Brind'Amour has been singing your praises all season long. When you think about that mentality of the dynamic of your line, what's been key there?
Well, you see there, it's a hard play by KK. We talked about it before the game. It's a team you don't want to spend a lot of time in the T-zone against, so, you know, making hard plays in the T-zone, that's a product of that by KK. Good play by him.
On the flip side, this group has been very transparent talking about what Colorado is capable of. How do you continue to limit opportunities?
Like I said, just don't spend time in the D-zone. We want to spend as much time as we can playing offense, getting bucks in their net and banging them.
Thank you so much, Eric. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
Coming up on the other side, Mike and Trip join us with more from this game so far.
Man, I miss working from home. Tell me about it. I work great from home. I collaborate just fine from home. I like the environment more. I think I'm more productive at home. Some say there's too many distractions at home. Alright, maybe that one's true.
Danica Patrick here to let you in on something special. We've added even bigger savings on top of low prices. At Champion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, oh great. Take your pick, new Grand Cherokee or Ram 1500. Now only $199. Yes, $199 a month. During the drive-into fall event, you always finish first at Champion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Bright. Brighton, CJDR.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Iverson with Basements Plus. We'll redefine your basement into a beautiful and comfortable space you can use for any occasion. Call for your free estimate and get started on your dry, usable, brag-worthy basement today.
There's flying, and then there's making the most of it with flying. There's nothing like arriving early and enjoying it. Nothing like having tea across the pond, a cocktail in Atlanta, and a tranquil place to work in Tokyo, all waiting for you. Nothing like best-in-class cuisine and service to match worldwide, with access to the largest global airport lounge network. There's nothing like flying.
No, you're not about to miss. The average grocery bill is now
Now it is high as one silver ticket. There's no sunshine. It's at prices.
Copyright company.
prices are up, but not at Metro. With lower prices, and you get a 5-year price guarantee. One line of unlimited 5G is now $40, period. And a free Samsung 5G phone. Go online or in-store to learn more, only at Metro.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Eczema isn't easy to plan for, but with Evolus, people with moderate to severe eczema can have real results, like skin that's still more clear at 1 year. Don't use if you're allergic to Evolus. Allergic reactions can occur.
You cannot ignore the effort of Frederick Anderson in that first period, Trip.
Well, they've done it before. The Hurricanes did something very smart this morning. They kept Frederick Anderson off the ice as the team was going through their morning skate, and Frederick Anderson was just getting the bike ride in. And what it does is, I think it, health willing, it gives you the ability to go with him tonight and then come back with him in Dallas on Saturday. He won decisively the goaltending position in the first period. No chance on the goal from Nichushkin. Stopped 17 of the 18 shots he faced. And dealt with a lot of traffic and some contact coming his way, but didn't lose his focus at all. Really good period for Frederick.
You look at the stats, 18 shots to the Avs to 12 for the Whale, but 4 goals for Carolina. We'll get to the highlights of the first period coming up.
Carolina culture needs to be
official healthcare provider of the Carolina Hurricanes. 5 rooms to go. Don't miss the rooms to go soap and sectional sale going on now. And by No Hope Mortgage. As the Canes are wearing these jerseys tonight in a heritage game, they built a 4-1 lead over the Avalanche. And Trent, even more impressive, they've done it without 3 regular defensemen in the lineup. What do you take out of that first period?
The star matchup, Carolina's stars won, and decisively so in the first period. Like Eric Robinson told Hannah, there was a simple yet simultaneously hardened nature to the Hurricanes game. I mean, and they really did a job when you look at it, different types of goals, of simplifying, getting pucks to the net and bodies to the net. I mean, that was a heck of a period. They've got to keep it going, but that's a heck of a period.
Well, let's show the highlights from that period where the Canes built that lead. And it starts with Eric Robinson coming up with his 3rd goal of the season.
Yeah, you mentioned the play that Kokanemi made, that the mishandled puck into the Carolina blue line. And I mean, just a picture-perfect shot. Short side, goaltender goes down. And we saw beautiful placement again upstairs from Nikishin on the tying goal shortly thereafter on the delayed penalty.
And Nikishin showing his strength on that goal. His 3rd of the season, also unassisted. And then a short-handed goal. Here comes Seth Jarvis. What hands and what a finish.
I mean, a living, breathing example of how he's faster this year. Short-handed, he can create that separation before that beautiful backhand finish.
Now, Jarvis here was going to beat Nick Ehlers, and for a minute you thought Nick Ehlers had his first goal. Instead, he gets his 2nd assist, and Sebastian has a 7-game point streak.
First couple of games, Ehlers doesn't funnel that puck to the net. He funnels it to the net, Aho gets their first, you earn your bounce.
And then the work ethic of Logan Stakoven hammers this one home.
Taylor Hall did all of the heavy lifting. I thought Taylor Hall had a heck of a period. Stakoven just wouldn't give up on the play.
Let's get a look at your SAS insights from the first 20 minutes. Canes with only 18 shot attempts, but 12 got on goal. 4 goals. They chased Scott Wedgwood and 4 blocks for the Avalanche. You talk about
you are a man of your word, Mike. Seth Jarvis said the reason he's got an extra step is because of his work. We talked about it Monday in Vegas. His work with the resistance bands. I challenge you to do so.
Yep.
And you did it. We've got some footage of Mike. Let's take a look.
Well, first off, I need to thank.
Look at that.
I mean, you get in, I got the, and then Seth Jarvis there telling me what he did this offseason. So I had to match. And thankfully I did because of that first period. If I was tight, I wouldn't have been able to call that.
Look at your fast twitches. I'll tell you.
Yeah, fast twitches are right.
You can get to the front of the net.
I would be the front of the net. Seth Jarvis, on a 7-game point streak. Canes up 4-1 after 1.
To us, every moment matters. Moments of quiet perseverance and loud celebrations.
Jesus, what are your financial goals? No goals.
Not even for retirement?
No goals.
Good talk. Stay on the ice.
No goals.
Talk to a financial professional today. That's neutral.
2 places. Make that 3 for me. Count one saving card. You are unlimited 3% cash back on dining and entertainment.
Are you at this time?
Yes, the was off by 3% cash back. Perfect delivery. What do you want?
Let's say you woke up with a sore throat and fever. You can wait to see a doctor, or you can sit in private urgent care, or with the medical emergency kit, just match your symptoms to your prescription with your guidebook to feel better fast. Prescribed to you online, your kit treats dozens of common and serious medical issues like strep throat, sinus infection, vomiting, UTIs, and much more. It is like having an urgent care in your home.
Visit urgentcarekit.com/TV. Promo code TV.
Danica Patrick here to let you in on something special. We've added even bigger savings on top of low prices at Champion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Bright. Take your pick, new Grand Cherokee or Ram 1500. Now only $199. Yes, $199 a month during the drive-in to fall event. You always finish first at Champion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Bright. Brighton, CJDR.com.
A vacation with Norwegian Cruise Line is so much more because there's more included.
like unlimited drinks.
Followed by amazing meals at amazing restaurants.
Plus free Wi-Fi. Mom, I gotta go. I love you.
Did I mention unlimited drinks?
Hello. And excursion credit so you can explore even more.
I love more.
Get more out of your vacation with Norwegian's More at Sea. Experience more with Norwegian.
At Basement Club, it's more than just your space and everything you dreamed of. Improve. Don't move.
You love Basement Plus. BasementPlus.com.
Chew now. Oh! You know, fix that. It's Fireball Blazing Apple. You know what? We should call your dad. Where's your dad? Woof. No. Are you really his father? Fireball Blazing Apple. Shoot it straight. Then go back. How do I go there?
That's Rio Secreto. You flying to Cancun.
You see my budget now. Can I afford it?
Reevaluating hot yoga could free up funds.
That's a good idea.
It was an absolute honor to play with you and see what has made you play for this long. Obviously, you're the way you prepare every day, every night you play the game.
So about the guys had to step out a little bit.
All the times off the ice.
But once we get going the second period, we'll get that rolling again.
I wish Stanley was here to talk about it, but love you, buddy. I know on behalf of all the boys.
Ryan Donato scores twice.
And congratulations. And to Susan and the family. Sorry, I can't forget them.
And Frank Nazer must have been all over social media for scoring a nasty goal, assisted by Tyler Bertuzzi and Teuvo Teravainen. Vasilevsky 22-25 in the loss. Spencer Knight 29 of 31. Spencer, I think he's had a pretty good year. He's 2-2-1, 196, 937 save percent.
You are a tandem in every sense. Probably, the player always gets the lion's share of the credit. Brent and Susan Burns, Courtney Marshall, you are a tandem. It's a team effort.
I asked Ron Brind'Amour about the last impact of the ice. What Brent Burns brings. This is going to.
So it'll be the start of the second period, and Kel McCarr pushed this one ahead now for Brock Nelson and his pass. He wanted to fight Landy right in front of the doorstep, but that one was just a little bit too far. As an opportunity will be sent back down here for the Carolina Hurricanes in the fourth line side. Robinson, this one kept it at the point. It's bounced off of one of the abs in Nelson as he gets dumped near the right side corner boards. Velnichuskin will be knocked away off the stick lift. And Trent Miner, he will be the goaltender of record. Again, when Wedgwood gave up 4, he had it the rest of the way. 19:15 left to go in the second as this one hit aside for Lehkonen. He'll throw it back, and the rest of their forwards will take a change as we'll send this one down. Again, Keandre Miller was a late scratch, so the Canes down 3 defensemen, but no problem. They have 12 shots. They've scored 4 times, and that is the average that you want to have. Opportunity now too far for Natchez. Carolina gets the steal. They funnel it to the left side corner and pick it up now by their defenseman. Eastrom will send this one back. Picked up now. Nice move, Nikishin. As this shot gets blocked off, it bit Brent Burns, his former teammate. And now Colorado will go from right to left. He's sent in by Nathan MacKinnon. See if he can drive that bus a little bit alongside Landeskog, who admittedly is still getting his legs underneath him. But Nathan MacKinnon and Natchez had to be the ire of Carolina's defense. And right now they've been kind of bottled up, which is pretty astonishing to see. Josh Manson, a no-look backhand for Arturi Lehkonen as that one was saved, and a chance right at the point. Anderson makes it, and it's right in front. All sorts of contact in front of his crease as the ball got knocked down. There's a penalty hand in the air. There should be an opportunity for the Colorado Avalanche to go to the power play. So I'm taking a look at the shot now. Legault, he could have got a penalty called against him against Lehkonen, and then MacKinnon runs into him, but Nikishin gets a slashing call. So Colorado is going to get another power play opportunity. Their first one, they give up a shorthanded goal to Seth Jarvis. Faceoffs won by the Quebec Nordique jerseys in the Avalanche. Natchez throws in the corner. Olofsson is on that top line power play unit. Not used to seeing him there. 17:45 left to go in the second. This will be flipped back in. Now an opportunity off the backhand for Marty Natchez. Natchez across the red line. Will leave it for Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon make a touch pass. Here's Makar. Slap shot. Olofsson saved. Anderson doesn't know he has it. He looks behind him, and it's caught the vulcanized rubbers in between his pads. Somewhere underneath his pads, he's made the save. It did not cross the line, and we'll get a stoppage.
Eventually gets the whistle with Nelson work. It's a great example. You're not sure, even though every part of your instinct tells you to move, you try to locate, you don't move. He kept those arms snug on the body to get the whistle.
Olofsson now back on the puck. You got the second line up there. He's got double shifted here at this point as it's picked up toward the right side boards. You got Brock Nelson waiting in the middle of the circles. He wanted it as this goes back to D. Kel Makar, wrister. This one blocked. Natchez picks it back up. Throws it to the left side red line. Brock Nelson trying to find it, but this is cleared down the ice beautifully by the Canes. 16:55 left to go in the second. Kel Makar, see if he can take this one end to end. I'll go for the drop pass. Not an H's. Got tons of speed. Leaves it in a cross. Slap shot for Brind'Amour. This one gets blocked and flipped back down the ice. So Carolina not having any problems with Colorado's high-powered power play attack. Opportunity now for Brent Burns. Burns, make this pass up across the middle. Everybody got to get back on side. They do. This is punched in by Burns, who uses that long outreach. Here's a puck near the right side as the camera relocates to the red line and flip it back down the ice one more time. Trent Miner. He's touched the puck more than Colorado has on their own power play. The second one, they're going to go 0 for 2, and they give up a shorthanded on the first. Machuskin lost the puck. This is flipped. This is an opportunity. Marduk, he's gone! Saved by Miner. This is toward the left side of the post. That was almost a second shorthanded goal. Gavin Brind'Amour, he gets upended and then elbowed hard. Pops back to his feet. Now pushed the other way for Legault. This is a 2-on-3. Carolina's got the 2. It's Taylor Hall. He gets hooked a little bit, but this is with the abs. They'll send it across safely the red line as it's knocked away from Nikishin. Anderson chips it off the glass. See who can get to it now. Here's the Avalanche. Flip back in off the backhand toward the right side dot. Picked up for Parker Kelly. Little third line time for Jack Drury. Malinsky's chance from the point goes in. That's what Colorado needed. It looked like a nothing play, but it's a 4-2 game now.
From the first blush here, that looks like it's off the glove. Hang on here, let's see if they take another look at this. They're going to go off of this left hand. And he intended, you gotta look at that. You gotta look at that. And the Canes are going to take a look at it. Yeah. It's one thing if it inadvertently hits the glove. But he, in my view, nice look from our truck. He knew it was coming over the palm of his hand and redirects it. It's about intent. If a shot.
So on the update here, we got a third camera shot. Sam Malinsky just outside the right point This goes off Parker Kelly's glove. And as I'm getting another slow-mo look, looks like he closed his hand. It looked like it was actually intentional. All the times I can say whether it is or not. Parker Kelly, this is being reviewed by the Carolina Hurricanes coaching staff, and this may or may not be still being talked about. 4-2 Rod Brind'Amour looking here. They wanted to take another look at it and see if they're actually going to challenge this. He's talking with the linesman now as Rod Brind'Amour is saying he put a glove down on it, kind of stuck his hand down, and whether or not they want to see if this will be a 4-2 game or not. So Parker Kelly, we'll see right here. So we are going to take indeed another look at this. So as I said, Sam Malinsky just outside the right side dot lets the chance go. Parker Kelly has the traffic on the front, but it looked like he might have closed his right hand in on the puck, and it looked more intentional than accidental. And that's just something that you can't do. And as it was played with his hand and then blown across in front of Colton, this may come back. Hopefully we get a definitive review quickly at 15-14 as the Zebras got the headsets on.
Legally going to net with a player with intent, redirecting the puck with his hand into a puck directly into the net as a result. And I see that being the criteria for that. I mean, like, you wanted to direct it legally, you can look at where his stick is. Lift your stick and see if you can get a stick on it.
So we got a very long delay here in between the Canes and the Avs about that Sam Malinsky shot deflected by Parker Kelly's glove, and they're still taking a look at it. This has been about 2.5 minutes right now. We're at the 15-14 marker of the second, but what to know if you're just joining this game, the Canes have scored 4 goals on 13 shots, and Wedgwood responsible for all 4. He was pulled in the first. Looks like we're going to get our call. This is going to be a good goal. It's going to count. So Malinsky's shot deflected by Kelly. Looks like Parker Kelly is going to get the goal. Sam Malinsky going to get the assist. Rod Brind'Amour saying, hey, you have an attempt to deflect the puck down with your hand kind of like a chop. The Atlanta Braves chop. That's the kind of the motion that he's given there. And either way, Colorado badly needed that goal. They almost gave up another shorthanded one to Jordan Martinook. And now with the challenge and a loss, this should be a power play again here for the Avs. So Rod Brind'Amour not necessarily beside himself. Is Parker Kelly going to get some looks? So yes, this is indeed a Colorado power play as it is. You miss their challenge, you give up a shorthanded. So Colorado just scored, but I guess if you're the Canes, Colorado almost gave up 2 shorthanded goals. So who's got the advantage here? But really, no question about it, this is an opportunity for Colorado to draw within 1. It's now a 4-2 game. So 15 minutes left to go here in the second. John Under with you at the Sobocolo Bowl Arena. 2 teams that have very good records early in the year. 2 powerhouses. As this is back to the Avs. Off the bench, Miner 0 for 2 for 2 shots. Parker Kelly with the only one in the second so far. As we're 5 minutes, 20 seconds expired of the second. Picked up now on the backhand. Olofsson sent it back around, looking for Natius. Nelson providing some traffic on front of the net. Here's Olofsson. Here's a chance that was saved by the left stick of Freddie Anderson. Kept in the zone barely by the Avs. Natius toward the left side red line. He'll try to leave it back. Here's his spin. And now for Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon gets it back to his defense. Another slapper. Olofsson, big rebound. Freddie Anderson didn't have great control. Now Olofsson tries to hold to buy himself some time. Jalen Chatfield in desperation to get it out. And Carolina finally does. This game has been a tilt-a-whirl of emotions here, but 6 minutes expired in the second. It's a 4-2 game. It's been exciting. We can definitely say that. This is sent back in and off the slap shot. We'll see who gets to it now. Opportunity up there, and Landeskog gets bumped, and I don't think Colorado held it in. It's offsides. 34 seconds left to go in their third man advantage of this game.
Pretty good job of pounding Natchez by Jalen Chatfield. As that rebound was briefly there for the taking. Jarvis dealers.
Colorado will send it in. Again, their third power play. They almost scored on 2 shorthanded goals, but one definitely for Seth Jarvis. Parker Kelly's made it a 4-2 game, but they're still down a couple. Tons of time, though. Picked up now Brent Burns. We'll send this one back to Valnichuskin's got one. It was a 1-1 game when he scored. It's 4-2 for Carolina now. Burns needs help. He won't get it. This will be sent down for Nystrom and back to Trent Miner. So 0 for 3 is the Colorado power play, and that was indeed why they were 30th out of 32. They're just not really creating any danger chances, and the ones for Olofsson got stonewalled by Anderson. Taves, Lehkonen sends it across, bouncing puck. Taves trying to float it out to the middle, and Anderson will close the 5-hole as Landeskog still looking for his first. We will take a break. Parker Kelly's made it 4-2. 12:59 left in the second.
Danica Patrick here to let you in on something special. We've added even bigger savings on top of low prices at Champion Buick GMC of Bright. Finish first in a new Sierra 3BL, just $149 a month, or choose the new Envista, now only $183 a month. You always finish first at Champion Buick GMC of Bright. ChampionGMCBuick.com.
Good is good enough for some, but not for you. Because you know there's nothing like traveling the world with the largest.
I want to see how many chances Olofsson has, or if I have that wrong on my score sheet. So Badarkov 2 shots. Olofsson's got 5. So yeah, Olofsson is the trigger man on that power play. 5 chances, and I think 4 of them have been in the slot. 7:48 of ice time, missed 10 shifts. He's looked pretty good in this game. He just hasn't scored.
Get the new iPhone 17 Pro and iPad and Apple One, all for $0.
I mean, what else would I get, right?
Snoring, gasping, feeling exhausted. Wake up to
And I'd like to see in the future Avalanche games if Olofsson is indeed the main headliner, because obviously you know that they're going to have some pressure on Nathan MacKinnon. But MacKinnon, Lehkonen, when we see for Kel McCarr, but McKinnon's a -3 in this game.
Of course, Jaccob, Slavin, Shayne, Gostisbehere goes recently. Miller, who's not in the matchup tonight. As a result, they've had to lean on their veterans. 2 of those being Sean Walker and Jalen Chatfield, the only ones from that list who are previous season leaders throughout the year last year. Mike rightly thought sometimes as a veteran.
So D-man ice time, again, Sean Walker in the lead with 10:43 as Hannah Yates is reporting. As we talked about all day here so far throughout this game, Canes without their 3 primary defensemen, 2 on the first line and 1 in the second. But they got a 4-2 lead. They're being outshot by double digits now, doubled up 26-13, but they're up by 2 goals as Walker pops it up again. This is another slap shot. Malinsky tipped, good save. Anderson, as he was in a snow angel, sprawled all over himself. This will be flipped back down and just taken away from Svechnikov as 2 players run into each other. Opportunity now shorthanded for Colton off of 1-on-1, and Anderson will have none of that. 27-13 on the shot board, but Freddie Anderson is doing the best that he can. And Malinsky's chance, this got tipped out in front by the Avs, who were fighting for it. That was Ross Colton. And then Colton on this opportunity gets past Jalen Chatfield, shot it before there was pressure in his face, and Freddie Anderson cut it off near the right post. So the Avalanche have a 9-1 shot board lead in the second period, but they're still down 2. Offensive zone draw win for the Avs. Tip by Makar, and this is fought off again. Closed 5-hole by Anderson. Some of these, he's doing a good job of not backing away and across that red line. If you couldn't find the puck, that would have been a goal. But he's just making the save, knowing that it's hitting him and getting the face off. He has been the best penalty killer, and that's what you want the goalies to be right now. Even though we're not at that point, that's how I have to say it. He's keeping his team up front. 25 of 27 for Freddie. Trent Miner's only faced 2 shots since coming in. Makar fought off by the glove hand as it bounced up in the air to the right side dot. Another face-off win for the Avs. Kale, backhand is deflected. An opportunity for Jordan Staal, the captaincy for the Canes. We'll send this one down. Picked up now, Natchez. Now for McKinnon. McKinnon off the half spin, fan on a 1T. And here is another penalty against the Canes. That's their 4th. It looks like it might be on Taylor Hall because I see his demonstrative face as he's talking a little bit. He thinks Natchez might have sold it, his former teammate. Either way, Hall's going to the box.
Taylor Hall, and I mean, Brind'Amour has got to be saying to himself, my lineup is just taking in. Power plays are about to go 4-0 for Colorado. Right hand portion of your screen. Oh, and right in front of the Hurricanes bench. Certainly, first pass looked like he helped it along.
Trip Chasey on the Carolina side is saying that Kel Makar sold it well, but this is the 4th power play for Colorado. Did not score on their first 3. And as I'd like to say with Cooper Hopkins, if he was with me on this broadcast, this is a must score for the Avalanche. You have all these opportunities. You got to get it within a goal. Picked up now on the backhand by Kel Makar. He's back out there after drawing that penalty. Here's a shot, and this is fought off nicely. This could be a little jam for Carolina if they choose to go for it, but Eric Robinson will back off. Opportunity now for Lehkonen. The drop for Kale. And we will get this all organized. Kale's a little bit out in front. Marty Natchez lost the handle. And this will be sent back down for Carolina one more time. And Nystrom will send it down the ice to Trent Miner. Miner's only made 2 saves again still as we've come in from the first into all of the second. We're almost halfway through the regulation. Natchez lost it again, and this will be hunted a little bit, but Carolina will fight it down. And Miner will go ahead and stop it down. I'll make the off-stretch pass to Olofsson. Olofsson stop up across the red line as they try to get settled. Here is Lehkonen, Arturi dancing. Send this in toward the left side red line now. Nichushkin trying to push and hold against the boards, but no problem for Carolina to get it back down. It's a 6-4 game between the Utah Mammoth and St. Louis Blues. No shortage of offense there. Brent Burns, drop for Lehkonen. Nichushkin, one more. Burns sends it through the middle. It's a little bit too far there for Lehkonen. It goes off the blocker of Freddie Anderson. 30 seconds left to go on the 4th power play of the Avs. Lehkonen now trying to win this off a scrum. The left side blue line. Kept aside by Landeskog. Now a chance around the horn. Carolina steals again. And they will flip it down the ice. Brent Burns for Miner. 10 seconds left to go on the 4th man advantage for Colorado. And they look like they might be bageled at this point. Ross Colton send this one back. Excellent work for Carolina, no matter how you slice it, regardless of who you root for. Picked up for Jalen Chatfield, but that 30th ranked power play is about to go down to 31st or 32nd. 9:34, hand past the call. We'll take a break. Carolina's got a lot to feel good about. Freddie Anderson's been the main hero so far. 9:34 left. We'll come right back.
Danica Patrick here to let you in on something special. We've added even bigger savings on top of
So after 5 goals in the first, nothing has been scored in the second, with the exception of that Malinsky, Slobchev, and Parker Kelly. I will put that in my notes right now.
Always finish first at Champion Buick GMC of Brighton. ChampionGMCBuick.com.
Just going to work and then building a business with business planning. There's nothing like having the backing to help keep your business booming or working on the fly with the largest global airport lounge network. There's nothing like closing a deal with an unforgettable dinner and starting your work trip on Ohio with the largest curated global hotel program while getting exceptional service worldwide. With access to over $3,500 in business and travel value annually. There's nothing like business planning.
What you doing, Zach? My T-Mobile home internet is so good. I wish I could tell the whole world.
Zach, go right ahead.
T-Mobile's got home internet. T-Mobile's got home internet. It's just $35 a month, guaranteed for 5 years. I'm switching. That's true.
T-Mobile's got home internet just $35 a month, and it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Needed to be that tonight. It's Seth Jarvis, shorthanded. His 7th of the year. That extends his point streak to 7 straight games. And then his running mate, Sebastian, joins the party. They've scored in every game this year for the Canes. 7 goals, 4 assists for Jarvis, 9 points for Aho with 3 goals and 6 assists. And the Glad Ehlers has 2 assists.
So 7-game point streaks for Seth Jarvis and Sebastian Aho, who have figured on the score sheet in every single game. Mike Moniscalco and Trip Tracy from the Carolina side are given to that stat, so thank you for that, the Carolina sports staff. As this one sent in, 9:25 left to go in the second. John, I'm with you on the solo call from Ball Arena in Denver, Colorado. We're watching this one as Jalen Chatfield will send this around the embankment, too far there for Robinson. But again, that fourth line has been pretty good in this one. And even though they've been outshot 29-13, you do think Carolina's played a pretty good game, all things considered, when you're down 3 primary defensemen. Here's a shot toward the back end angle, and this one goes off the backside netting. Carolina, maybe Colorado was able to get their head out of the you-know-what after Scott Wedgwood was pulled after giving up 4 goals because Trent Miner still only faced 2 shots. So this will be toward the red line and then offsides, as they're saying the next one, if there is a call, should go to the Canes. You'd have to think so because the first 4 power plays have belonged to Colorado. So the highest penalty kill percentage on the road since 2024, Carolina Hurricanes at 83.8. No stranger to that. They've always been a good defensive team. Rod Brind'Amour's squad has been urged to kind of push the offense forward as we've gone along. And through his tenure, I still don't think he has any danger considering losing the Florida Panthers over the last couple of years. But if they were to not make the playoffs or get smoked in the first round, then you would kind of think about some things for Rod Brind'Amour. But until that happens, you would think like John Cooper, he's going to have that lifetime tenure. And even for Cooper now, probably his most challenging season. And the San Jose Sharks have their first win of the year. They went 6-5 over the Rangers at home. The Rangers continue to struggle at home. I don't think they have a win at MSG. It's picked up now off the backhand by the Canes. And this will be shoveled ahead. Brent Burns will try to get it out. And Colorado will flip this one in. Marty Natras on a 1-on-3. Can't win the battle as it's picked up on the backhand. Nick Ehlers. But a lot more defense than I'm used to seeing from the Jetsters to Carolina, but that's part of their nomenclature. You got to be able to get that job done as it's sent around the other way from Natras. Carolina able to escape Sebastian Aho on a 3-on-3. Aho now off the cross looking for Jarvis. Is a little too hopeful as Ehlers throws it on. Jarvis was out in front, but this will be iced against the Avs with 7:50 left to go in the second.
line has got simplifying the game. They just funnel pucks at the net, just there, like the Oilers did on Aho's goal in the first period. I was talking earlier this year, they were too perimeter based. Now they're just getting
B&D zone draw off the ice, and McKinnon, we'll see this one go straight back. It'll work out anyway. As they'll have to start again for the defense of Carolina. Ice the other way. So we'll take a little ring around here at 7:41 left. But again, Joel Nystrom, who was just put into this lineup after Keandre Miller was the late scratch. He's got 8:20 of ice time. Charles Alexis Legault as 6:22, and Mike Riley 13:53. He is the leader of the ice time, even more so than Jalen Chatfield. He's got 21 shifts in this game so far. So Rod Brind'Amour's got to like what he sees. Again, he's got a block shot and an assist in this game. Center ice draw. This will be won by Legault. Riley was rating toward the right side. Here's a breakout pass. Kotkaniemi, and we might get a penalty shot. Kotkaniemi, I know the trip was signified. So Brock Nelson's going to go to the box. This might just be a standard call. I think that's what we're going to get. I didn't saw the trip point initially, thought there'd be a penalty shot. Let me see. So off the clear. Yeah, there's not enough of a break. That's a trip. Brock Nelson's going to go to the box. Carolina's going to get their first power play after Colorado had the first four.
isn't really to get any kind of legitimate scoring opportunity. Good job from Gostisbehere. Heck of a play. Charles Alexis Legault. Rod Brind'Amour, Tim Gleason, right? All being in a loss in Vegas. Sean Walker, quarterbacking this group.
Power play. The Avalanche will come out with it. Kelly will drop this for Drury.
Parker Kelly and Jack Drury. Now to the right side here for Kel McCarr. Lost the handle on it is Nick Ehlers. And to get some top power play time. You can see Carolina's unit for the first time. Again, as we said, 29th and 30th on the power play between these two. That's not their strength right now, but we'll see what Carolina can do on their first efforts. This goes around the horn. Ehlers was the backline D-man, usually 4 forwards, 1 D for most power play units. Jarvis. Off the turn from Aho. Sebastian will get it back. Jarvis now for Nick Ehlers. Jarvis takes a hit. As this goes to Sebastian near the right side red line, here's a rolling puck. And here emerges with it are the Avs. Kel McCarr, he's gone! And this one will be saved with the right pad of Freddie Anderson. 2 for 21, 31st in the NHL is Carolina, but Colorado hasn't fared much better. Short-handed, the units have looked better. Manson on a break. Oh, he stumbled by Anderson. 2 short-handed chances to score. Are you kidding me? That's why these units are so miserable with the power play. Minor, he gave it right to Carolina, and Colorado will get this one down. 2 chances, and Freddie came up big on McCarr on the first, as this is picked up the other way. Opportunity now off the drop here for Jackson Blake. Jordan Martinook will send this in around the end boards. Now for Valenchuski and the choo-choo train will send this one down the ice. He's got an opening goal in the first. Parker Kelly has the latest. That is the only other goal of the second period is Parker Kelly that made it within a 2-goal game. Avs are out shooting the Canes 31-14. Both teams rocking the Whalers Nordiques jerseys. As this one's fought off by Minor. That should be his first save of the second. So couple short-handed chances for Cale McCarr, but Freddie Anderson and Josh Manson, they both get turned away. Come right back.
During the drive into Polyville, you always finish first and
do something else with them.
This is officially, I think, 6 shorthanded chances on 5 penalties between the two teams. Now, Colorado's got 4 power plays. They give up 1 shorthanded goal. There's only been 1 shorthanded goal scored, but there's been about 6 or 7 of those chances that have been very high danger. And Freddie Anderson now late. Wedgwood out of the 7 of 11 earlier. Trent Miner 3 of 3. But the goaltenders said that's when they've been at their best. But it's kind of hard to believe you would see that many, especially from these two teams. Yes, we know they're high powered, but when you have the man advantage, you wouldn't think you'd be giving up so many chances. It's definitely odd.
Road trip Saturday in Dallas starts with our coverage 7:30 Eastern on FanDuel Sports Network with Hurricanes live from Pensacola. You can see Pitchers face Eagle Red and the Dallas Stars. And Carolina hanging on to a 4-2 lead here in Colorado. They've been outstanding on this road trip.
Yeah, Dallas Star General Manager Jim Nell was at the game in Vegas on Monday night. Killed 2 birds with 1 stone. A free scout for the Stars, of course, part of the selection process.
Face off 1 in the D zone by the Avs. They're going to try to break out here with 5:10 left to go in the second. This has been nothing but entertaining, but you really can't make heads or tails of it here because if you give anybody a power play, it might turn out to be in the opposite end in the back of the net. That's just the way that it's been. There's only been 1 shorthanded goal, but there's been a ton of chances here, especially on the call. Robinson on the wraparound. He gets stolen all by Miners. He was in the butterfly near the right side post. Here is Martinook, his chance just too high and off the angle glass, and the captaincy and Jordan Staal will go ahead and try to chase it. Quebec Nordique, Colorado Avalanche try to break out. Natchez here for Colton as Jared Bednar has mixed the lines up a little bit. Sean Walker pins his man, and this will be flipped back down to the Avs. 4:25 left to go in the second. John, here with you on a solo call. It's a 4-2 lead for Carolina. One-timer. What a stop by Freddie Anderson as he robs Lekanen near the right side of the post. And then glove back down and off the clear. Freddie Anderson has been crazy good in this game. Kind of like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch moniker, but that's the way it's been right now. As he was wide open near the right side off a wonderful feed from the Avs. Lekanen didn't have any better of a chance of one hellacious one-timer. He gets absolutely robbed as he closed that right side glove and denies the space. Excellent work there for Freddie. This might have been one of the best games I've seen him play. Natchez gets tied up in a rolling puck. He tried to send it back out to the D, but here is Taylor Hall. Now behind the glass. Here's a chance for Carolina. 32-15 against them. The shop over, but still up by 2. It's been a nonstop attack for the Avalanche, but Freddie Anderson has been sensational. Toward the left side red line, Avalanche feel like their attack is pretty good. The Ducks blow open against the Boston Bruins. They win 7-5. 7 is another one. Utah 7-4 on St. Louis. It's been a lot of goals and across these games on this Thursday night. Jalen Chatfield trying to get out of his own end. Nikishin will do so. Kotaniemi's pass. It's picked up by Andrei Svechnikov. Wide open. Here's a chance. And Miner doesn't have to make a save. Somehow that got deflected. Seattle got a 3-0 win against Winnipeg. That's a huge one for them. As Landeskog, a little bit too far for him. And this will go back to Nystrom. His pass all the way down the zone. Miner will leave his goal crease. That got deflected, so no icing. 2:50 thereabouts left to go in this highly entertaining game of the second. Here's an opportunity for Nikishin. We'll step up for a moment. Picked up by the Avs in their own end. They want to try to go right to left for the rest of this first. And Freddie Anderson will slow it back down as Nikishin takes a hit. Walker lost it. Now an opportunity here for Colorado. Rolling puck right in between the middle of the circles. And now Robinson helps corral, but they cough it up. Picked up now Nystrom trying to get it out. And Carolina and Jordan Martinook will finally relieve the pressure. Shot board 32-16 in favor of the Avs, but they're down 2 goals. This is recollected right across the Avs logo. Now Lachuskin gloves save. A snazzy one there for Anderson, feeling himself a little bit. 2:08 left to go in the second. He has been really good in this game. Like Moniscalco and Trip Tracy, again, I sort of listened on the Valley Sports Carolina side, but they mentioned when Carolina lost that game to the Vegas Golden Knights 4-1, Jim Nill, the former Red Wings general manager and current of the Dallas Stars, was there, and no doubt he's probably scouting Logan Stankoven to see how his game has improved. And he has got that big-time deal, Jackson Blake, the same way. Carolina has signed a lot of their guys to long-term extensions, and they are in the prime of their careers. A lot of them not even hitting the 30 years of age marker yet. So you would think with Rod Brind'Amour in this group, if they can continue to score more offensively, they would be in really good standing. We already know that they're a good regular season team, and not much has changed. Opportunity here as this is taken away. Taylor Hall coughs it up. Gavin Brindley, he's waiting for some reinforcements. His pass gets blocked. He's going to pick it back up a third time, sitting behind the net. And Colorado is going to go to the power play again once Carolina touches. It is their 5th, and it's 1:21 left to go in the second. You really can't go 0 for 5 if you're the Colorado Avalanche, can you? But that's the way their numbers have been throughout the year. Maybe Legault was the guilty party one more time. We'll have to take another look at it. Yeah, Legault, this is his second one. And we'll see what he did here in the high slot. Hey, he's going to just get called for interference. He pushed one of the Avs right into Freddie Anderson. Kind of looked like a flyby. He's got a piece of Lekanen nonetheless, but it's the second time that he's in the box. He'll be busted for a cross-check. Seth Jarvis, 5 short-handed goals last season, has got 1 already this year. We just started. It's going to be game number 7 for them. Shot wide of Anderson's stick up a laser from Lekanen. 1:05 left to go in the second. Avs still down 2, but a lot of chances for them. I have to think they're going to get closer. Here's an opportunity. Olofsson's got 6 shots in this game. Kel McCarr back in the spin for Olofsson. Olofsson now leaves it back for Nathan MacKinnon. He's been uncharacteristically quiet in this game. Olofsson now here for Jarvis. And I don't think I've ever said that calling a Colorado Avalanche game. Trent Miner. 40 seconds left to go in the middle frame. Opportunity now for Martin Natchez, former Kane. Send this one back to Nate Dogg. And off a couple of stick lifts, Olofsson, he gets jammed up at the right side blue line. Kane's trying to force it out. They do. Colorado going to check back up. Opportunity for Kale. He'll flip it in. Natchez gives chase. This goes high off the glass, bounces off Olofsson, goes down. Trent Miner. Now back for Kale McCarr. McCarr makes his pass. Gives it back up. Kale finds the entry down to 3. Got to shoot it. Turnaround does off a spin chance. And that ends the second. After 2, it's 4-2. Kane scored 4 in the first, none in the second. The only goal that we got is Parker Kelly off the glove hand from Sam Malinsky. We'll come back, call this entertaining third. We know it's going to be.
I don't really know any difference.
These are the holidays. They can be mellow. And this is your new Dell PC with Intel inside. It helps you handle a lot. From taking care of business and holiday battery life, to taking care of holiday to-dos with AI plans, to taking care of Aunt Jean, even if she can be a lot. Got the iPhone 17 Pro and the right picked up today. On Best Buy
After taking Zepbound for just 1 year, many people had no OSA symptoms. Don't take it allergic to it, or if you or someone in your family have medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Tell your doctor if you get a lump or swelling in your neck. Stop Zepbound and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include inflamed pancreas or gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes, depression, or suicidal thoughts before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. If you are nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills. Taking Zepbound with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Side effects include nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, which can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems. Wake up to Zepbound. Ask your doctor about Zepbound for obstructive sleep apnea.
So let me give you a little bit of an update before we get into this third period, because I just want to say this out loud for the reporter side of the section. So we know the Red Wings got curb stomped by the New York Islanders 7-2. They started the season 0-3. They're now 4-3. And if you refresh the NHL standings at this very moment, they're in a wild card spot. And Matthew Schaefer may end up getting the number 1 pick. So good work for them. Boston Bruins had won the first 3 games. They've lost 6 straight since. Let's get into some more scoreboard. The San Jose Sharks get their first victory of the year. Ryan Morsowski does not have to sell one of his kids. That's what he said in his quote. So Will Smith gets his first and second of the year from Macklin Celebrini and Alex Nedeljkovic. Igor Shesterkin, not very good in this one, 18 of 24. Alex Nedeljkovic, he wins the battle 22 of 27. Goals from Adam Gaudette, Macklin Celebrini with a couple more. Macklin Celebrini actually had a hat trick in this game. He has 5 on the year. Will Smith has 6 assists, and Celebrini has 6 assists as well. The New York Rangers are outside of a playoff spot again, 9 games played already. So they're on the top side compared to everybody else. They're 0-4-1 at MSG, 3-0-1 on the road. So on the road, they've been very good, but at home, they've been brutal. So Dylan Larkin's got a goal. He was only a -1 considering 7-2. It's not too bad. Mason Appleton -3. Rasmussen -3. Rasmussen's not been very good this year. Simon Evanson had a very rough game today for Detroit. Cam Talbot was on the hook for all 7. 23 of 30. David Riddick, 31 of 33. He was brilliant. It was 5-0 Islanders after 2. D'Angelo, Heineman, John Gabriel Pagel, Palmieri, Barzal, Hyman again, and Simon Holmstrom. So 6 of the 7 were unique goal scorers for the Islanders. That would be great for them. But, I mean, you have to think about the COVID lottery bowls for the Rangers and now the last one for the Islanders. For them to get number 1 picks before the Red Wings even get one, it's just the way it works. Got a lot of goals in our game. We also got a lot of goals after 2 between the Canadiens and the Oilers. Oilers just 3-1 to start the year. I know everybody says it's early, and that's the way it is, but you don't want to have those bad starts all the time. Alex Newhook and David Tomasek with the paired split between the teams 1-1 after 1. Adam Henrique and Andrew Mangiapane made it 3-1 Edmonton before Josh Anderson and a pair of goals for Cole Caulfield made it 4-3 Canadiens after 2. Calvin Pickard 17 of 21. Sam Montembeault 11 of 14. Goaltending not been the story of the day in that one. Blackhawks got to feel good about their season. They're 4-2-2. The Lightning are dead last in the Atlantic. They're 0-3 at Amelie. They're 1-4-2. Ryan Donato with a pair of goals, including the game winner. In the final moments, about 52 seconds left from Nazar and Teuvo Teravainen. Spencer Knight, 29 of 31. Ducks are 4-2-1. A bushel full of goals. Casey Middlestat and Drew Hellison both answer for their respective clubs. And it stayed that way again between Morgan Geekie and Cutter Gauthier. Jacob Trouba made it 3-2 Anaheim before Mason Laura on the power play for Yuki Haru and Michael Isamont tied it up at 3. Ducks scored the next two in the third. Mikkel Granlund and Sam Colangelo got his first of the year from Ryan Poehling and Jacob Trouba. David Pastrnak and Morgan Geekie tied the game at 5, just 15 seconds apart. 14:32, 14:57 before a Troy Terry and Mikkel Granlund scored on the empty net as the Ducks win 7-5. Jonas Korpisalo gave up 6, 23 of 29, and Peter Mrazek 36 of 41. Korpisalo 6 though for Boston, not necessarily spelling that Rolaids relief. One more for you. The Kings have a 2-1 lead on the Stars. Both teams are in desperate need of a win. The Kings are 2-3-2. The Stars are 3-3. They've lost 3 straight after opening 3-0. Robo's got the only goal for the Stars, assisted by Rope Hanson, Wyatt Johnson, the power play. But Corey Perry and Cody Ceci have the lone goals for the Kings. Jake Ottinger, 13 of 15. And Darcy Kemper, 21 of 22. Our game's 4-2. Carolina's still got the lead. No goals in that second for them, just one for Colorado. From Malinsky's shot tipped by Parker Kelly off the glove hand, but it wasn't deemed a good goal.
Well, let's just establish, first of all, this is just exceptional penalty killing that we've seen. And, when it happened, I obviously know that you can challenge a hand pass.
Penguins are 6-2 on the year. They beat the Panthers. The Panthers lost 5-3. Florida is just incredibly beat up. I can't continue to make excuses for them. You make 3 straight cup finals, you win 2 of them. It could be one of those years, but again, if they can keep themselves away from sinking and try to get their head above water, you have to believe that the Panthers could make a wild card spot even still. But a very good start to the Penguins. Hopefully they can keep it up.
We would all agree that should not be a goal, but it's a first for me because I don't genuinely know if it's challenging. Most important message is now that it's 4-2-2. Carolina's penalty killers, even with these big-time regulars and defensive leaders on the lineup, has been simply exceptional.
And that's, to me, the big storyline as we head to the third period. But looking back on the stats after 40, the Kings are doubled up in shots on goal, 34-17, but they lead the important one, 4-2. And they've got a big penalty to kill off to start this third period. Highlights next.
Hey, Juice, what are your financial goals?
No goals.
Not in for retirement?
No goals.
Good job. Stay on the ice.
No goals.
Talk to a financial professional today. Plus Mutual.
Ah, yes. Unleaded 88 can save you big at the pump.
And it helps cut emissions if it's safe for your car.
As long as it's a 2001 or newer, you're good to go. Speaking of good, it's made with corn, which is good for local farmers. Farmers there are
Wait, does anyone have a reason not to choose unleaded 88?
Thank you.
whatever your reason. Choose unleaded 88. Engine smart, earth kind.
If you dare to be a pizza pro? The new stove baked pizza melt from Brind'Amour is all you.
Yep.
Second to none for
Are you still working on your podcast?
I still got one more period, but it's in the break.
Can I have a breadstick with you?
Yeah, you can eat some. I don't eat them.
What would you eat for dinner?
I had cereal and stuff. But no, you can eat the breadsticks. They're all yours.
Alright. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cook during the day. I'm not gonna do it at night.
Because you know there's nothing like traveling the world with the largest European global hotel program and having a place to land with the largest global airport lounge. Nothing like having dining benefits at over 10,000 Resi restaurants and having access to unique experiences worldwide. For a life like no one, you need a car to go up. There's nothing like flat.
This is the farmer's dog turkey. Apparently, this is also turkey. But only one actually looks like turkey. Since only one is gently cooked without the ultra processing. And only one is human grade. Because good ingredients matter. But the best recipes call for so much more. Get 50% off your first box, available only at thefarmersdog.com.
I'm in love. It's all because of Angela.
Angela,
Neighborhood savant. She's technically my age.
you're in love with the house.
Not really. It's not.
I'm doing. Maybe I need Angela.
Today, business happens virtually everywhere. That's why you need Super Mobile from T-Mobile. Best plan on the best network. The first of its kind plan that
No, those are all yours. I don't need them.
like never before. In moments of high demand, T-Mobile's
Yeah.
network.
There's any honey inside that building? Luckily there isn't. We're in Denver, Colorado, where Carolina has a 4-2 lead after 40. And our highlight is going to be Arthur Kelly's goal. That's going to make it 4-2. Here you see the shot come through by Malinsky. Reaching out for it with his glove is Kelly. He redirects off of his glove and gets past Frederick Anderson. Here in secondary. Despite the Kings' challenge, it's simple. The Kings were challenging him, but luck was not down the last game previous. That was goal in Hamlin, and that's the only goal that we have in the second period. We look at our stats, each side's 240. Kings with only 29 shot attempts, 17 have found their way through the headliners for the Avalanche. 8 blocks for the Avs as well. Kings have got to get into that good ice. See if they can add to their 4-2 lead. Coming up, the third period, the Canes trying to cut one out here in Colorado.
There's a factory here to let you in on something special. We've added even bigger savings on top of low prices. At Champion Buick GMC of Bright. Finish first in a new Sierra 3BL, just $149 a month. Or choose the new Envista, now only $183 a month. You always finish first at Champion Buick GMC of Bright. ChampionGMCBuick.com.
There's going out to eat, and then there's going all out with flat. There's nothing like having an in like Wordy Northwestern and turning a regular Thursday into the day you try this, and this. And with up to $400 in Resi credit, there's nothing like having an excuse to do it all over again. Nothing like Platinum Nights and realizing the place lives up to the hype. With dining benefits at over 10,000 Resi restaurants. There's nothing like Platinum.
Today, business happens virtually everywhere. That's why you need Super Mobile from T-Mobile. Best plan on the best network. The first of its kind plan that lets you run your business from your phone like never before. In moments of high demand, T-Mobile's network adapts to put your business connection first. All backed by America's largest satellite network, Super Mobile, the best business plan on the best network. You won't believe where I am. This is Slavin. This is the memo this, you can memo that. You can memo this, you can memo that. You can memo this, or you can memo that. I think you memo this, y'all. Where's that? Yo, yo, we can make it. Tell me, what we are, that's what we be. Really a picture me, dude. Yeah, different, you can memo
debit card today with free perplexity travel. This or that.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back. Break away to what's possible with Tremfya. With symptom relief as early as 4 weeks, remission at 12 weeks, and lasting remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible healing of the intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
He's on Disney Plus, but you can feel a little fear. Or a little more fear.
You go, Carolina. We flew to San Jose, then down to Anaheim, with a bus trip to LA. Games went 3 for 3. Tough loss in Vegas on Monday. Here we are in Colorado. We wrap up this 6-game road trip here in Dallas. Frederik Andersen tonight, though, on the penalty kill trip has been outstanding, especially having Victor Olofsson's number.
Olofsson has more shots through 2 periods, 5 than anybody on either team. Anderson's movement has been just pristine through 2 periods. And in particular on Olofsson. By the way, the most saves that Anderson has made in a game, who's in LA, as a Hurricane, was 39. Most in his NHL career, he was with Toronto, 54. He's already seen a game's worth of work through 2 periods. He might challenge that 54-shot mark. Canes have now lost Eric Robinson on top of Will Carrier, DeAndre Miller before puck drop. I mean, this is unbelievable. See if they can dig in.
Robinson, with an upper body injury, will not return. So 2 forwards. Games have, in essence, 3 rookie defensemen.
So Mike Moniscalco and Trip Tracy, as we're starting the 3rd period, and I mentioned Eric Robinson scoring the first goal of this game. He left with an upper body injury. Now Will Carrier has as well. And they're already down 3 defensemen, and they're still up 4-2. This would be one of the best moments of the year early, albeit as it is. Here's a chance staked away by Freddie Andersen at the last moment. But Colorado has their 5th power play. Here's an opportunity. McKinnon gets absolutely robbed. Here, the right side post is, he was in the butterfly, was Andersen. That is his 34th save already, as we are just beginning the 3rd period, not even a minute inside of it. My goodness. Freddie Andersen has been the top guy in this one, as you knew he needed to be. Here's an opportunity. Landeskog will throw it on the captaincy, and that will be saved by Freddie. So, again, they're going to try to challenge as much as they can. When the draws, they've been doing the best of that as well. But man, oh man, Jalen Chatfield saved the day for a moment, pushed it back against the boards, and then Nathan McKinnon, as one of the Carolina defense, tries to block a shot early. That was Riley. It just a stonewall of a glove save for Freddie Andersen, and a beauty. Brock Nelson, former Islander, as this one goes back. And again, he gave Brock Nelson all that money, but he didn't give Mikko Rantanen the money. It's kind of interesting in the way that that works. And now Marty Natras might cost you more in terms of it. Here's an opportunity. Right up the gut for Jarvis, backhand. That one just wide and over the top of the cage of Trent Miner. He's been playing since the majority of the 1st period. As this one goes wide, Legault was in the box twice. Wants to stay at that and keep it clean the rest of the way. But everybody going to be tested here for Carolina. Another save. That one was off the stick from Nikishin and Miller. We'll stop it. It goes in the netting. That's up and on a play. 18-28 in the 3rd.
Not all the time, but Bill Ferguson, of course, the strength and conditioning guru, he is greatness.
the Avalanche. 18-19 remaining here in the third period. Teams have a 4-2 lead. You know one thing about a Rob Brind'Amour team, one, they'll be in shape. And two, it's not often you ever see them get out work, Trevor.
All the penalties in the second period, long second period change. And they see, the experts say that really it takes a power play. If you don't jump in and play right away.
Colorado went offside in the previous sequence, so now Jack Drury will get to send this one back. Ross Colton lines out there now. But between 3 defensemen and 2 forwards out, and Hurricanes still have 4-2 on the Avs. This is just a straight gutsy effort. We'll see if they can survive the rest of the way. For them to even get 1 point would be big. Now, Taylor Hall was taken down, so Carolina is going to get their second power play. Colorado already has 5, but that was not a good call for Colorado to be able to take. Sam Malinsky going to go to the box for a trip right at the 17:59 marker of the third.
Right along the Colorado bench. Taylor Hall is set up to stand open goal. Gets on the attacking side of the pocket. Well, this has been such a memorable effort so far. The one change was the power play the second was not good. Let's see if they can improve upon it, Mike.
It's a power play.
If Carolina can get out of this and not go 0 for 2 and take a 3-goal lead at this point, that might be enough to take out even a team like the Avalanche. Again, they just played so poorly in that first period. They got buzzsawed by Carolina, and now they've had the shots and the better chances, and they've had 5 power plays, but they're still down 2. We're at Ball Arena right now. John, here with you on the call. Carolina's got their second opportunity. It's the Whalers jerseys and the Nordiques. Both teams using their throwbacks. Again, they will do that in both meetings. Carolina forces an ozone draw after a shot from the point from Aho is stopped by Minor. 17:39 left to go in the third. Let me see if I can pull up the game stats so far. Shots are 37-19 Colorado hits. Colorado has a slight edge, 17-16 faceoffs, 25-22. They've had the better of the chances. They've got to get some finish in their game. And again, that's not something that I ever say when covering the Colorado Avalanche. Between all those games with Alec Nava and Cooper Hopkins, that's where Cooper Hopkins and I really grit our teeth into during that 2022 Cup run for the Avs. Much different team, though, when you think about it. We profiled those changes over our free agency frenzy over the years. As Brent Burns will flip this one down the ice. He was honored at the beginning, playing in game number 1,500 in the NHL. He's had a great career with 4 different teams. Coming over from Minnesota, drafted by that, Carolina, and now Colorado. Spent a long time with the Sharks. Nichushkin, Jarvis ended up stealing the puck. Now it's to Sebastian Aho. Off the spin and turn near the right side boards. Number 20 still with it. Gives it back for Sean Walker, now to Sebastian. 1 minute left to go on the second power play for Carolina. Throw it on front. Good save by Minor with the stick blade. He might have lost a little bit of it. He gets back to his feet now. Touch pass. And that one goes wide and up and out of the netting. But a good play from post to post by Trent Minor as he stonewalled Jarvis. And that keeps it within a 2-goal game. So Sean Walker and Sebastian Aho played catch for a moment. And then a cross ice, no look feed was pretty good. I mean, Jarvis is right there. He was going the long way instead of up top to the left, and that's probably what allowed Minor to go ahead and make that save. I think if he went top left corner, it would have been a 5-2 ball game here. 40 seconds left to go on the Carolina power play. This is a dangerous pass from Freddie, but Carolina does have their reinforcements. They got the extra with the power play here, trying to convert. Shot board 37-20 for the Avs. Opportunity now as Kotniemi sends it back in behind the inboards. Kel McCarr bothering him. Kotniemi trying to get to it. Sperry couldn't find it. And this will be sent out by the former Hurricane Jack Drury right to Freddie Anderson. He stopped 35 of 37 in this game. Mike Riley pushed this one ahead on the defensive side for the Canes. This will be slapshot amongst the inboards. Stolen by Staal. He gets taken for a ride again. Now Kotniemi. He gets pressed up against the glass. Still trying to do some work with it. Carolina is 0 for 2 on the power play. Colorado's 0 for 5. These were two units that were 29th and 30th respectively, and it's only going to get worse after tonight. Now Valenchuskin on his backhand, he tried to do it again against Freddie Anderson, but this time he was ready for it. He couldn't lift it upstairs. He's kept it on ice level, and he gets a stop at 15:36. So Valenchuskin uses that big rig and then takes himself right to left, post to post goes Anderson, closes off the angle. As Val couldn't get the lift, it goes right into the trapper of Freddie. This will be an ozone win for Jared Bednar's squad. There will be a slap shot. Devin Tays. It changed direction out of the air, but it was still stopped. Excellent work on the forward side. See if I can get a number there. Arturi Lehkonen was out in front of the doorstep. Let's get a commercial side by side. Another camera shot of Freddie Anderson. Now, admittedly, I have the Carolina feed, but it's the right guy to show. Devin Tays will throw this pass across for Natius. It's loose near the left side of the blue paint. Devin Tays will throw it in. Pass on the front. Good save. Freddie Anderson. Rebound scores. It's Marty Natius, and it's a 1-goal game now. 4-3, the former Canes man. And now don't go anywhere. It's officially the 40th shot for the Avs. And now it's a 1-goal game. It was a puck that couldn't be cleared by Jarvis and Jalen Chatfield. McKinnon spins off the initial, but that was nowhere near where he was for the left side red line. It bounced off the backside of Jordan Staal and looked like it was deflected hand-eye by Marty Natius. He just rifled it. It bounced off the pants of Staal. Unbelievable. Jackson Blake trying to get a counter as we pick back up the play-by-play. Marty Natius makes it a 1-goal game. Now Colorado has been all around it, trying to get more finish. Here's a save for Minor. And here's the unfortunate part for Trent as we get some pushing and shoving. Jack Drury and Parker Kelly really giving it to somebody behind the bench. Now Sam Malinsky has a handle. Logan Stankoven. That was Taylor Hall that was getting absolutely overworked. Solovayev now has a hold to somebody for Colorado. That's Legault on the other end. See if he wanted to go, but he's not going to get one. That's just a play on words on my part. I want them to get a chance to use that. 40-21 on the shot board. Martin Natius and Parker Kelly, the only goal of the second and the third so far. Carolina scored 4 in the first. They're still up by 1, but the shot board is really getting slanted now. And for Freddie Anderson, he stopped 37 of 40. You really can't ask much more for him. But we got Taylor Hall in the box. And we got offsetting here. So Taylor Hall and Parker Kelly are going to take a seat. This should be offsetting 4-on-4. We'll see who that favors. Now, both of these teams have a lot of skill and a lot of speed. But considering the way Colorado has been kind of doing that Katie bar the door slam and trying to break it open, I would have to think that Colorado has the edge here, especially when you can bring out guys like Nichushkin, Makar, McKinnon. You can throw in Nagers. You can throw in Landeskog if you want, but I think at this point, Landeskog with his legs beyond the second unit. Here is Nichushkin again. Nichushkin now trying to get sealed up to the right side for Kale Makar. Val will help it, but this will be pushed out of the zone. It is a 1-on-1 now. Seth Jarvis off the drop for Sebastian. His half spin. This chance for Mike Riley goes wide to Trent Minor. Recollected glove save held in toward the cage of the mask by Minor. And as I said earlier for Trent, it's an unfortunate situation for him as he came into the game down 4-1. Now it's 4-3. He really doesn't have the luxury of being allowed to give up a goal if his team wants to get back into this game. You pull back up the NHL standings officially. I don't believe VGK is in action today. But as far as everyone else tonight, the only other team that does not have a regulation loss is VGK. Colorado would get their first from Carolina should this result hold. Ozone draw win on this 4-on-4. $1:20 left to go in it. About 14 minutes left in the third. John under with you on the solo call. Nick Ehlers can't hold the line, lost the handle. Everybody got to go back. Number 27 skating in his own end. Now try to use the side of the post. Ehlers is looking like he's skating in quicksand right now. A little bubble gum. It's picked up now by Sam Malinsky. He gets rocked near the right side of the boards and tries to deliver a cross check the other way. Now Natchez with a reverse hit. As this is starting to get a little heated up here. Now into the right side boards. Picked up around for Nikishin. Nikishin trying to make life a bother for Brock Nelson. Start again. Colorado got puck possession. Here's McKinnon. See if he can break out from his slumber. McKinnon on his offhand. He gets wrapped around, and this will be intercepted by Jalen Chatfield. But this is as quiet as I've ever seen Nathan McKinnon. Opportunity now. Here for Jackson Blake. He got in front of Trent Miner. Couldn't get the shot off. It's loose out in front of the left post. And now Colorado try to emerge with a Nichushkin. He can't be taking up the puck. Oh, he gets taken down. And the penalty is called. At 13:01, Val Nichushkin was taking everybody for a ride. 16 seconds on the 4-on-4, but that's going to end there. And Jalen Chatfield might be the guilty party going to the box.
All I wanted to do was help kids and families. Bank of America was just so important with getting things started. I feel we are growing together with Bank of America.
As I appreciated you for Bank of America, that's what lifts communities like ours. What would you like to power to? Bank of America. Contact one of our local business specialists at bankofamerica.com/local business.
At Burger King, we write the rules of value. We will eliminate you. Everyone gets what they want. How we choose the deal. Like anything we want to do. There's something for everyone with the $5 deal or $7 trio.
Test the toughness of the Kia Sorento X-Pro and Kia Sorento Turbo Hybrid. We recreated the wet as spring. Hot as summer.
Canadiens still have a 5-4 lead on the Oilers. They're trying to pick up another 2 points on the Red Wings, who lost tonight. They got obliterated by the New York Islanders. They would have 14 in the Atlantic. That would lead everybody in the East. If Colorado finds a way to get a win today, they would also have 14. Vegas is inactive. Montreal would have 9 games played. So a couple extra games played, but still, you take 7-2 start all day long if you're Montreal. That Atlantic not looking so strong because Tampa, Boston, and Buffalo now in the bottom 3 spots.
Every time that the Hurricanes got a chance to clear the puck, they've done it with a purpose. Obviously, the most important penalty killer has been outstanding with DB. Now we have a powerplay face-off.
It'll be the first time I've said it officially during the broadcast, but don't go anywhere because this game has been absolutely crazy. So 4-on-3 for 10 seconds, and then Colorado gets a chance to finish this off again. It's a 6 power play opportunity for them. Here's opportunity for McCarr. This one's blistered. It was saved by Anderson. Kept now to Nate Dogg. Spun around now for Natchez, who's got the latest goal of the third. Now McCarr. There's a weak shovel toward the left side of the glass. Gives back to Kell. Try to punch this one out. Off Nichushkin. Back to Natchez. Right in between the center circles. Nichushkin. Back to Natchez. 1:25 left to go in the 6th power play of the game for Colorado. Here's a wrister. Natchez, he gets robbed. Picked up now for Marty. Good crisscross pass into Chuskin. Wants an angle. Back to Martin Natchez. Natchez doesn't pull the trigger. Makes a pass across. It goes off the skid into Chuskin and out. Carolina does the job once more. They need a change badly. They'll do so. They got to get quick. They're down 3 defensemen and 2 forwards in this game. They had Will Carey and Eric Robinson to start the game. No longer. DeAndre Miller was a scratch before the game started, so this would be a gutsy win of all gutsy wins. That's all you can say. Now they're cleared down by Carolina. Got to keep shifts short. Everybody huffing for gas now. 35 seconds left to go. In the Colorado power play, they're 6. They have not scored yet. It's 40-22 on the shot board. Martin Natchez with the latest goal for Colorado. It's 4-3. 20 seconds left in the Colorado man advantage, if you can even call it that. Here's an opportunity. Nice move to break up across the middle. Nelson will watch this one get dropped back. Arturi Lehkonen wants it toward the right side. Dot with Devin Tays. Lehkonen gets it now. Backdoor pass. Oh, and that got robbed by the post, if not for Freddie Anderson with the left pad. Unbelievable there. Freddie Anderson, I think, stood tall, but maybe he got some help from his friends in the crossbar. 10:55 left to go in the third. Devin Tays now. Get this one to the right side red line. Find the entry across the wall. Backhand. Oh, it's another one there off the stick handle of Freddie Anderson. He makes the save. And this one picked up off the long pass. It's a 3-on-2. Diving play by Burns negates the odd man rush and a brutal hit. And the right side boards since one of the Hurricanes down for the count for the moment. It's picked up by the Avs. Throw this one down deep as Ross Colton. He was looking for Parker Kelly. Kelly tried to get the steal. He'll do so. Colton now. This will be dropped toward his right skate. Walking in slap shot offside with Sam Malinsky. That was at 92 miles an hour. Just outside the blue line. 10:15 left to go in the third. Taylor Hall, who already has to keep his shift short alongside everyone else. This was picked up by Nikishin, who saved a goal. It was not stopped by Freddie Anderson. And this back one, Nikishin able to get that quick pick, if you will. Get a piece of it now toward the right side of the blue paint. Otherwise, we're going to 4-4 tap in for Colorado. So excellent work there for Nikishin. Neutral zone draw. Ross Colton doesn't win it. And this will belong to the Canes. Sebastian Aho off the top gets a piece of Malinsky. Jarvis try to flip it around the end boards. Top unit out there for the Canes. And you got to be wondering at some point if they're going to get double shifted when we get 5 minutes more expired, but we hit the halfway marker of the third. It's a 4-3 Carolina lead. They scored all their 4 goals in the first, and they're still trying to nurse it. It was 4-1 at one point. It's now 4-3. We got Parker Kelly and Martin Natchez, single goals in the second and third. Devin Tays now to Kel McCarr, top unit out there. Picked up by Brock Nelson. He's looking for attack and racing across the left wing. He'll spin and turn, gets held against the boards and escapes. Nelson tried a touch pass to Solovayev. Haven't seen his name too much. I think it was the former Flames prospect. This one is Gavin Brindley. He's getting worked over by Walker, and he's getting his meat tenderized there with a couple of cross checks. Picked up now and alongside for Malinsky, and he gets taken off the puck. One more finish. Solovayev tries to step up and get it. And Jordan Staal will push it ahead. The offsides is Carolina. This goes off his skate. We'll take a break. It's 4-3. The Whalers in Nordique's jerseys. Whalers got the lead.
Danica Patrick here to let you in on something special. We've added even bigger savings on top of low prices at Champion Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram of Bright. Take your pick, new Grand Cherokee or Ram 1500. Now only $199
slide. And then there's making the most of it with luck. There's nothing like riding early and enjoying it. Nothing like having tea across the pond, a cocktail in Atlanta, and trying to work in Tokyo, all waiting for you. Nothing like best-in-class cuisine and service to finish worldwide, with access to the largest mobile airport lounge network. There's nothing like Platinum.
These are the holidays. They can be the one. And this is your new Dell PC.
Carolina in the first period. Then Seth Jarvis with a short-handed goal. Sebastian followed up with a redirect of a Nikolai Ehlers pass. And then Logan Stankoven. As he fought in front of the net, those are the 4 goals for Carolina here tonight in Colorado. The Avalanche encountered with 3 of their own. Kings right now, though, might be outmanned, but they're refusing to be outworked with a 1-goal lead here. Face-off just outside the Avalanche.
What once was a slobber knocker has turned into a whale of a hockey game here. Carolina had a 4-1 lead. It's now 4-3. Martinook, he gets taken off the puck by Manson, does a little tilt-a-whirl dive. 8:40 left to go in the third. Shot board is 40-22 Colorado, and they are really trying to give it to the very short-handed Carolina Hurricanes. They're down 5 players. Is this one saved by Minor?
With Staal and Martin. Oftentimes you see it. Those 2 leaders are able to get your game habitually back where it needs to be. Brock had it in his mind, or fix to tinker with anyway. He never would have wanted this away from his issues on defense, losing both Sherry and Robinson. This might be good for Andre.
Makar, Lekanen shoots. He just missed the top right side of the crossbar in efforts to make it 4-4. As this one sent back down by Miners, not giving up a goal since he's entered in the first period for Wedgwood, who got absolutely blitzed. And then Carolina's has dealt with injury on top of injury. They're at a good road stand so far. And if they can go to 6-1 after this, I think Rod Brind'Amour and company have a lot to feel good about. But you can't imagine what they got a piecemeal and the AHL side, I believe, of what the Charlotte Checkers or the Syracuse Crunch, whatever their AHL affiliate's going to be. I think it's the Chicago Wolves. As it's sent the other way. Now toward the right side for Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon lets it go. And a glove save out of the air for Freddie Anderson with 7:40 left to play. Sebastian Aho now trying to get a key defensive zone draw, and he'll do just that against the Avs and relieve the pressure. Nikishin with Eastrom now trying to get it out. Seth Jarvis trying to help. As Jalen Chatfield deflected, and I don't think Colorado's going to like that. They wanted Brock Nelson to be screaming inside for a breakaway, but I think he got a half stride ahead too early as we get another stoppage at 7:29. Now that was Jarvis and Aho and Nikishin trying to get the puck out. And if it was a quarter or half of a stride less, that would have been a one-on-one for Brock against Freddie Anderson. And even for Rod Brind'Amour, you can see some of the demeanor on his face at times, especially when they play the Panthers in the playoffs. I don't think he can say much. I mean, his team is battling as much as they possibly can when you're down 5 players. Josh Manson. Slap shot this one amongst the inboards. Chatfield first to it again. Nice chip ahead for Aho, but Aho might have inadvertently iced it unless they said he gained the red. He did not. Josh Manson will get there first. And right at 7:06, it'll force another offensive zone draw for the Avs.
That being his biggest reason to line for adding the extra step and shorthander in the first. This group can get into the house. I want to see you on those resistance bands again tomorrow in Dallas.
Glad I did it. My hips are looser. Been able to move up and down. And he can now block my 40 with
Keeps going like this. Rob's going to need you in the line.
possibly.
Jack Drury now trying to get an ozone draw for the Avs, but Carolina wins it again. It's still contested a couple of times. Colorado will get this one to the point. Malinsky sends it across. Big rebound. Oh, got denied by the post in the Avs. And here's a chance that goes just wide for Ross Colton. Goes off the bar, and Freddie Anderson still sees a 4-3 lead. And this will be recollected for Jarvis, but are we getting another penalty? I can't believe we're getting another one here. This will be the 7th power play for the Avalanche. Sebastian saying, hey, I got cross-checked. They reached out with Ross Colton there on a pair of 20s, but they're going to give it to Sebastian. And I'm going to double-check this here on the ESPN box. I know I'm not over-exaggerating by a ton, but this is already, this is officially number 7. So we are keeping track of it. Drury, that's a diving play. Sebastian is the one that made it. So Nikishin with a good puck pickup near the right side of the blue paint. Now Sebastian diving play ends up making it before it even hit the post of my initial call. My goodness. Power play number 7, Makar, McKinnon. They play crisscross. Here's Val. Left side dot. And Shuskin. This pass goes to nobody. In the middle of a change there was Kel Makar. He must have lost where he was, but I got to imagine Jared Bednar wanted him to take a change, but he's not going to right now. McKinnon off the glass. What a feed. Goes off the wraparound off the outside of the cage for Marty Natchez. Picked up now for McKinnon. Now to Kale. Kale stops up. Here's the pass toward the right side. Dot flipped out of the air. Scores! Valachuskin, we are tied. Rod Brind'Amour is absolutely incensed, and I guess I don't blame him now. 7 power play opportunities for the Avs. 1 for 7 now. They made it count. Valachuskin with his second of the game. It's 4-4. It was 4-1 Carolina. They were like a mash unit on the ice. They could still get a point out of this, which would be a good result. Colorado trying to avoid getting a regulation loss. The only other team that doesn't have one are the Vegas Golden Knights, who are inactive today. We'll take a break very quickly right at the 5:30 marker. It's 4-4. This is going to be a great game down the stretch.
We've added even bigger savings on top of low prices at Champion Buick GMC of Bragg. Finish first in a new Sierra 3BL, just $149 a month. Or choose the new Envista, now only $183 a month. You always finish first at Champion Buick GMC of Bragg. ChampionGMCBuick.com.
There's flying, and then there's making the most of it with flying. There's nothing like riding your own and enjoying it. Nothing like how you see across the pond. match worldwide with access to the largest mobile airport concept. There's nothing like fiber.
These are the holidays. They can be a lot. And this is your new Dell PC with Intel inside. It helps you handle a lot. From taking care of things with all-day battery life, to taking care of holiday to-dos with AI tools, to taking care of Aunt Jean, even if she can be a lot.
What you doing, Zach? T-Mobile home internet is so good. I wish I could tell the whole world.
Zach, go right ahead.
T-Mobile's got home internet. T-Mobile's got home internet. It just started here tonight in Colorado. This game tied for the Saturday night. It wraps up in Dallas 7:30. We're on the air. This team tonight, Jeff, it's been gut check central. They lose two forwards during the game. DeAndre Miller before the game even starts. And you're tied at 4 here.
You've been shorthanded 7 times. So, now it's just about the next shift. Go to the last 5 minutes of regulation.
Bar with it. Stances in on the boards. Makes the shove. Right there by Svechnikov.
5:15 left to go in the third. It's a 4-4 game now. 3 unanswered goals for the Avs that stem from the second into the third. 1 in the second, 2 in the third. So I was just reiterating across my board before we get the game story when this is done about all the adjustments that have been in from the ESPN box. So the latest one from Carolina was 13:40 of the first from Stankoven, Blake, and Hall. And then Sebastian from Ehlers and Jarvis. Seth Jarvis was shorthanded unassisted. Niasperi Kotniemi gets an assist with Mike Riley on the Eric Robinson goal, who hasn't played since the second period, and alongside for Will Carrier. So there has been just suitcases of movement here. But again, you don't get to add other players. It's whoever you initially dress. That's all you got left to try to finish it off. And you would think Colorado has the advantage. That's what they scored 3 unanswered. Now they got to try to at least, if you're Carolina, get a point out of this. And if you're Colorado, you take your 1 being down 4-1, or if not, try to get 2. There's a bouncing puck that punched off of Arturi Lehkonen. Now in his own zone will recollect. 4:25 left in the third. It'd be a miracle right now if Carolina could just get this one to overtime. And that's not what I said when it was 4-1. It looked like a car crash one way. Destruction derby. Sent the other way for Brent Burns. Here we go now for Nichushkin. A little bit too far for Landy. He'll brush this one in the corner off the left side of the wall. This will be sent back down now for Val Nichushkin. Nichushkin again already got a couple of goals. Excellent work fighting up his man with the shoulder. 3:59 left to go in the third. And we get another whistle. And if it's against Carolina again, I would be absolutely incensed. If I'm a Hurricanes fan, I'm trying to be as neutral as possible here, but according to what I see, it looks like Colorado would be going to the box. Nichushkin's going to get busted for a hold of the stick. And I'm looking and seeing right now who it's on. That one's clear as day. Yeah, he gets a piece of Nick Ehlers and he never let go. So the choo-choo train's going to go to the box here for Dose. That's what he hopes for. And Carolina's got a golden opportunity here with 3:59 left in the third to try to go ahead and make this a lead for them by 1. .345 left to go in the third as this shot goes up in the air and out of play. Colorado trying to get this one out of their zone. Be played by Freddie. So Carolina's got their power play. This is their third. Colorado's 1 for 7. We've seen 10 power plays in this game. Not a lot of finish. Picked up now for Stankoven. former Dallas Star. As this goes too far for Kotaniemi. Chance from the point gets tipped, but it goes up the side of the cage. 1:15 left to go in the third power play for Carolina, as Tays will get it down the ice. Freddie Anderson. Aho line is out there now. Will be an opportunity for Sean Walker. Walker leave it back to his forwards and start again with Seth, Jarvis, Aho on the rush across the center. Jarvis work his way toward the right side of the paint. Here's a chance from middle of the dots, and this is blocked nicely by the Colorado defense. It's not out, though. That was our Trey Lehkonen that got a piece of it. Try to finish his hit was Brent Burns against his teammate. Sent back around the other way. Opportunity Jarvis. One more for Sebastian Aho. 2:35 left to go in the third. It was once 4-1, now it's 4-4. Colorado 3 unanswered. And they're trying to souse it out in front. Lehkonen try to feed it across, and he ran out of room. As we still press on, 2:20 left to go in the third. Colorado was trying to score 4 unanswered. And another penalty in behind the line. Jack Drury incensed, and the Zebras say, no, you go right to the box. When we come back, again, we probably won't even take a break. I should say after 17 seconds, Colorado's going to have the 8th power play of the game. Now I'm hearing some booing, because I thought it was Jack Drury initially drawing it, but Jack Drury's going to go to the box. So this should be 5-on-3. Well, Colorado's already had 7. They can't really complain. Do they want Walker or Drury? That's what we got to see right now. Let me see if I can give you a clarification here, as this was in the zone of the Hurricanes behind Lehkonen, was getting worked over by Walker. He could have been called for a trip, and then Walker and Drury looked like they were taking down each other. Walker with a little bit of a hook to the back of the head of Drury, and then Walker takes Jack down. So you could easily go both ways if you'd like to. I do see Jack in the box, and that is not the fast food. As Sean Walker, yeah, he had an equipment issue, so that should be a 4-on-4 after this 10 seconds. So 5 seconds left in the Carolina power play. That would be their third, but now we're going to go to 4-on-4. It's Sean Walker and Jack Drury in the box. Here's an opportunity picked up here from the Chuskin for a moment. Carolina still trying to work with it. As this will be Svechnikov, finishes off his hit, cleans out Nelson. And now Riley, looking at his face, he got smoked. He's starting to spit. Maybe he dropped some chiclets as well, just like the podcast. He is absolutely hurt toward the right side of his face. And I think he might have a cut in toward that side of the helmet. Let me see what we got here. So Riley, Nelson, ooh, that is a high stick if I ever seen one, and then a trip on the other end. Mike Riley got the worst of both ends, a little Montezuma's revenge. You get the stick right to the face. Then he got dragged down, and the stick was broken in half. So Brock Nelson should be going to the box as well. You would have to think. Mike Riley got smoked. Question is whether or not it would be a 2 or a 4. And I'm not seeing a cut on his face unbelievably somehow, but he keeps holding on to that right eye. So right now, the ESPN box has Brock Nelson minor against Mike Riley. That's absolutely the right call. Looks like a high sticking right in toward the right side of his eye and his visor. The stick pulled the helmet past the visor. So I know the Avs fans are going to boo, but can't really do much there. So high stick is the call. And if this does not get converted within 147, this would carry into OT in a 4-4 game. So Carolina, let me make sure that I get this correct. I had them initially with 3 power plays, and Colorado was 7. This would be number 4 for Carolina now, as this just be underway. And yeah, 1 for 7 are the Avs at 14.3%. LA and Dallas has gone to OT. Dallas has tied it We'll give you an update on that if it finishes before our game. We do have the late game, admittedly. Those both started at 9 p.m. Eastern. This game has just been a little bit longer because of the cavalcade of penalties. So Jackson Blake will send this one back to the point, and Carolina's got a chance to take both points here. They get a critical power play as Brock Nelson gets a high stick on Mike Riley. Here's a bomb. Good save for Miners. Not giving up a goal just yet, but he would be on hook for the loss, as unfair as that is. Another ripper. This one goes wide toward the left side red line. Jackson picks it up, throws it back to his D again. Opportunity for Nikishin. Now Sebastian Aho. And behind the cage of Miner. Goes back to Nick Ehlers. Ehlers patient toward a right side pass. This one deflected back in behind the net. Now with Colorado. They just get it out pinball wizard style. As it's recollected for Nick Ehlers. Will overhandle the puck. Now throws it back as Valanchuskin will take his change. Colorado safe to do so now. Here's off a spin as Sebastian Aho trying to keep the play alive. And toward the right side for Enstrom. Throws it around the inboards now for Jarvis. 40 seconds left to go in the third. Here is Landy now. Push this one ahead. Glove down by Freddie. That counts as a save. Slowly does the tilt-a-whirl around the inboards. 25 seconds left in the third, but a 13 seconds difference between shot clock, game clock as far as power play. Colorado, 18 seconds away from getting a point, being down 4-1. Here is Martin, big save, Miner, and he made another one too. Off Nikishin at 96 miles an hour. As this one will be sent all the way back down the ice. Carolina's got to hurry if they want to get one more shot. Looks like they're going to run out of time. We're going to go to OT. It's not enough.
October in the NHL. He leaned into that one, that's for sure. He's in triple digits, almost ended it. For Eric Robinson, starting goal scorer, Seth, Jarvis short-handed. Then it's Sebastian Aho, and then you get a big goal. Well, you understand that we're going overtime.
LA wins in OT. Let me see right now that it just updated. Adrian Kempe, your winner from Quentin Byfield, 37 seconds in past Jake. Yep, it's final. Dallas Stars do get a point, but that's all they get. They've now lost 4 games in a row.
Good is good enough for some, but not for you. Because you know there's nothing like traveling the world with the largest tourism global hotel program and having a place to land with the largest global airport lounge network. Nothing like having dining benefits at over 10,000 Resi restaurants and having access to unique experiences worldwide.
So not enough. After 3 periods, Carolina had a 4-1 lead after 1. It is now 4-4. The Avalanche have stormed back, and they probably should have, considering how poor they started in this game. But as we mentioned all night, Carolina down 5 players, 3 defensemen, 2 forwards. It's going to be a battle of attrition. See who wins this battle of attrition as we get a chance to start the OT. Carolina and Colorado will at least stay away from another regulation loss. Colorado still won't have one. At worst, they'll be 5-0-3 or 6-0-2. See who gets that extra second point. 7 games, 7 goals, 4 assists, and a +4 for Jarvis. It's Jarvis, Aho, Ehlers, and Walker to start. Again, they have an abbreviated power play before we go to 4-on-4, and another stoppage will put us 3-on-3 unless it ends before that. So 13 seconds. This would be 0 for 4 on the power play for Carolina. This one's bounced off the glass by Burns. And now the 4-on-4 is going to start. 4:45 left in the OT. Should we need it all? Nick Ehlers. He lost the puck there for a moment against Brent Burns. And now picked up nicely. See if Jack Drury can push this one ahead. He's got the pass and the feed, but it bounces off a skate. Jack, try to pick it up now. Former Kane would love to end it against his former team. Once we get a stoppage, we'll go back to 3-on-3. 4:15 left in the OT. John Hunter with you from Ball Arena. Colorado came back from a 4-1 deficit. This has been a fantastic game. It didn't start that way. Devin Tays. Try to work with it ahead now for Valachuskin. Here's a sauce. Nate McKinnon. Hand-eye cross for Nichushkin. And that one gets blocked. He was looking for the hat to end it. Now Cale Makar. Now to Nathan McKinnon. McKinnon on a 1-on-3. Little big rig for Nathan McKinnon. Slows up left side dot. Fakes it. Gives it to Tays. Walks in, shoots. Fought off by Anderson with the glove hand. As this one's pushed out. Cale Makar. Give it back now to Devin Tays. Marty Natchez on a 1-on-3. He's just buying time. Nathan McKinnon bounced off his skates. He didn't see it. And now Carolina just lost an edge. It's going to be another penalty against the Avs. It'll be 4-on-3 as somebody got a piece of one of the Carolina forwards on a break. That's what it should have been as we got a whistle with 3:24. Hooking is going to be the call as they're showing Nick Ehlers brush it away from Jack Drury. And then Jalen Chatfield gets a piece from the pass across from Valachuskin and Nathan McKinnon. Got a little bit of a hook there, and we'll see who's going to be the guilty party of it. So Marty Natchez is going to be in the box. That's a shame for Colorado because that's one of their fastest guys and the most important. But when he does come out of the box, if he should, you would think he would get the last of the 124. So right now, Carolina going to get their 5th power play. The Avs have had 7. There's been so many. I can't remember this many in a single game. As it's flipped back down to Freddie. Freddie has stopped 41 of 45, and Trent Miner would be on hook for the loss because Wedgwood got bailed out after giving up 4 in the first. Opportunity now, Ehlers off the drop, gives it back from Sebastian Aho. Now to Nick Ehlers, topside blue line, shot deflected. That one stopped by Miner. Svechnikov was dangerous to almost put that the wrong way. But Ehlers will start it again across the blue line, gain the red. Try to drop this to Svech. He'll do so. Left side walk-in for Ehlers, makes an extra touch pass. Toward the left side red line, Ehlers surveys. He wanted Aho's in too tight. Sebastian. Now for Svechnikov. Walk-in shoot could save Miner with the glove hand. As this goes back to Sebastian. Svech walks in, extra pass. That one sailed wide of the right post from Jarvis as we press on. Opportunity now for Nikolai Ehlers. Ehlers now for Aho. 45 seconds in the Carolina power play. Should we need it all? 2:05 in OT. Aho. Ehlers looking for a cutting Aho. And that was too far for Miner, but I touched it with the left pad. Picked up now by Sebastian, left dot. Sent across for Nick Ehlers. Ehlers keeping his head up. Sends it toward the net as a stick to side by Trent Miner. It's all Carolina now in the puck possession. Colorado's going to be gassed. Ehlers looking at it now. Gets it back. Here is Aho now to Ehlers. Top of the circle. Slapper Aho. And this one goes up and out of play. 11 seconds left as it goes in the netting in the Carolina power play. It'll be their 5th. So it was an ozone draw. Logan Stankoven trying to win it. Carolina trying to get the job done now and hold on. This is a loss. Colorado sends it one down the ice. and they will kill this OT penalty. It'll be 4-on-4 unless something happens. Picked up now near the right side. Carolina finds the entry. And a high stick against Logan Stankoven. That's right in front of the referees. And Colorado going to get another power play. It will be their 8th, and this time I mean it. 13 total penalties have been called as we're 1:16 left of the OT should we need it all. 8 power plays now for the Colorado Avalanche. You just can't make that up. They're 1 for 7 with 10 shots. And that is what you're hoping for now. Staal wins it, sends it back down the ice. Colorado, you would think, has to score here. It's 4-on-3. Colorado has the man advantage. 45-31 on the shot board. Low key now. Trent Miner, 20 of 20. Making saves for the Avs. Hasn't given up one since in relief of Wedgwood. Makar. Now toward the right side. Doc gets it back. And alongside for Nathan MacKinnon. Glove save for Freddie Anderson. 45 seconds left in the OT. As Valnichuskin is on hat-trick watch. Nathan MacKinnon. To kill Makar, high slot wrister through the screen at Chuskin. Recollects. Not an 8 dog. Number 29, still with it. He's on his forehand. Drop the Makar. He walks in, shoots, and this one wide of the right post. Victor Olofsson has 6 shots in this game. Touch. Chuskin doesn't shoot. I thought he should have near that left post. As it goes to 14 seconds. Got to check back up now. Kel Makar down to 10. Nathan MacKinnon. No, Olofsson, he gets robbed again by Freddie Anderson. That's his 6th save off Victor with 5 seconds left in the OT. Staal wins it. This will go to a shootout. Unbelievable. Both teams had chances in the overtime with power plays, and we will see a shootout. What kind of skill are we going to get? We'll find out in a moment.
Brind'Amour, got to select shooters. What I was thinking of, though, Anderson versus Trent Miner.
Yeah, but first goal is everything for me in a shootout. And here's my question. With the season so far, a work in progress for Andrei Svechnikov, is that still the guy? Jarvis scored on a breakaway earlier in the game. But Jared Bednar is, he's going to go first because that's up to the home coach. I sort of like it, especially the way Anderson's played. The breakaways are his forte. I sort of like it.
So Trent Miner has not given up a goal officially throughout regulation, but now he's going to be on hook for the shootout. Again, he was 20 of 20 in relief of Wedgwood. But I think between Freddie Anderson now and Miner, I think you could shift the tables that Freddie Anderson should have the advantage, in my humble opinion, in comparison to have more NHL experience. But we're going to see now who elects to go first. Jared Bednar is the home coach, so the Avalanche will at least get a point out of this, being down 4-1. And Seth Jarvis will be the first to do battle against Trent Miner. Works his way toward the right dot. Backhand, forehand, series of moves, and then just slides it right into the right post as Miner bit way too early in a full sprawl. He just tucks it in, puts the baby to bed, and Carolina has a 1-0 edge in the shootout. That was disgusting for number 24. And we'll see what we get. Val Nichushkin had 2 goals in this game. Slow startup across center ice. Here's a drag. Works his way toward the middle of the circles. Backhand, forehand, and a little too many moves, and Anderson never had to move. It is a stop for Freddie, and Carolina has a chance to take a 2-0 advantage in the shootout. Andrei Svechnikov, shooter number 2. Worked his way to the left dot, now between the circles. Backhand, forehand. He tried to roof the forehand, ran out of room. So that is a miss. And Colorado has an opportunity to tie right here in the second round. Again, they have last shot, but they would need to score in round 3 if Carolina doesn't finish it off nonetheless. So Svech tried to lift. He just ran out of room. Marty Necas, he scored a goal in the third. Former Carolina Hurricane. You got to wonder if Freddie knows his moves. Backhand, forehand, runs out of room again. Glove save. He got in too tight, and Anderson stops him twice. And I had a feeling that he would have the advantage in comparison to the young Trent Miner. But Marty Necas, not doing too many. He just sold the shot. Anderson was already buying that. He knew what was happening. So Carolina Hurricanes, chance to put it away. Here is Jackson Blake. Nope, he gets robbed by Miner. Closes the 5-hole, maybe a piece of the glove too. And Colorado still has life. They're in the final shooter of the third round. This has been a whale of a hockey game, ladies and gentlemen, between 2 top teams. It was a little wacky as far as the amount of calls. And it's going to be Arturi Lehkonen, so we're not even going to Nate Dogg or Kel McCarr. Lehkonen now, the last hope for the Nordiques. Lehkonen. He gets robbed. A little stick save for Freddie. Stops all 3 in the shootout. And the Carolina Hurricanes hold on. They were up 4-1. They win 5-4 in a shootout. They take 2 points against the Avs. That is gigantic for them. What a fun game this was. A little bit wacky. But John, on here with you, we're closing it out. The Carolina Hurricanes / Hartford Whalers, they win 5-4 over the Colorado Avalanche and the Quebec Nordiques. They used their throwback jerseys today. This was fun, but I never want to see this many penalty calls again. Even in the regular season playoff or what have you, it was absolutely crazy. But the Canes, 5 players down, find a way to get a big 2 points and hold on. They beat the Avs at Bowl Arena 5-4. Probably see you guys on Saturday. Peace.
Superlatives tonight talking about his effort with what he did, and then the rest of the games. I don't think